After dropping 3 consecutive games, the Birmingham Bulls put an end to a 2-year-long losing streak by beating Knoxville last Saturday night 7-4. It also ended a goal-scoring drought by the Bulls' most talented newcomers, Phil and Kip Ledzianko. The Twins scored a combined 3 goals and 6 assists, having part in 5 of the 7 Birmingham goals. Defenseman Trevor Thurston also had a big night, as the new Bull, playing in only his 3rd game, scored a goal and an assist and was an impressive +3 on the night to end the losing streak. Finally, the roster provided secondary scoring, giving opposing defenses something else to think about other than Gillespie, Drake Glover, and when healthy, Carson Rose. Tonight, the Macon Mayhem come back to town to the Pelham Civic Complex for the 3rd time this season and the 4th game overall versus Birmingham early in this season. Jody Chernesky here along with my partner Greg Drebany, hoping all Bulls fans, and especially all the fans of Jody and Dreb back in Macon watching and listening, will have a great Thanksgiving next week and a fun night tonight. Greg, you leave for 1 game and the offensive floodgates open for the Ledziankos and the Bulls.
Hey, Jody, it was one thing where I was watching the game on the bus trip back from Old Miss, and I saw the Ledziankos. Those guys looked like they were on fire, and that's something you and I have been talking about since the start of the season. We saw them early, and we were like, these guys are going to be something special, and then we waited. There was a bit of a lull, and then all of a sudden, bang, they showed up, and they were unbelievable.
Well, I talked to you a little bit after that game, and I described it this way. When the Ledziankos scored that first goal, Kip's first goal, it was as if the Bulls had won the Stanley Cup. The celebration over here in the corner, it really was something. It was like the whole team had a monkey lifted off their back, and then that was it. The hockey game was wide open after that.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where when you're coming in and there's a specific guy, especially a rookie coming into the league, and you're just wanting to help him get that monkey off his back, as you stated, a lot of times you try and overplay the puck. You're trying to make passes to him in situations where maybe you should be shooting and stuff like that, because you're just trying to give him that one to get him jump-started and kick off the season.
All right, tonight, starting lineups first for the visiting Macon Mayhem. On defense, number 16, Nick Aromatario, along with former Bull, and what I thought was a decent hockey player. Macon got a really good player here in Parker Allison. So his first night back in Birmingham, he's in the starting lineup. Up front, Danny Winslow, along with Tao Ishizuka and Jake Goldowski. For the Birmingham Bulls defensively, Ryan Romeo, along with Matt Dorsey. Up front, Michael Gillespie, Troy McTavish, and Colton Olnick. Tonight, scratches for the Birmingham Bulls. McGregor Sinclair out. He hurt his leg. I told you about that last week. He struggled to get off the ice, came back, tried it for a half a shift, couldn't go. He's been out all week long, and he'll be out tonight as well. Also, Matt Clark is a healthy scratch tonight. In goal first for Macon, Bailey Birkin, a record of 2-3-1, a goals against of 3.53, and a save percentage of .906. He's played the last 2 games that Birmingham and Macon have played. He won one 4-1 and lost the next one 4-1. Hayden Stewart will get the nod in net for Birmingham tonight. A record of 2-1-2, 2.96 goals against, and a .907 save percentage. The last time he was on the ice, he lost to Macon 4-1. So he's looking for a little retribution. Both teams know each other very well. Macon, by all stretch of the this is a different hockey team than we've witnessed from Macon in past years. This is a legitimate playoff team.
Well, and they're right there too, Jody. You look at Macon right now, they're sitting in 9th spot. And I know that seems like a long way from the top, but as we were talking about in the pregame, there's only 7 points that separate 9th from 1st. And with Fayetteville being up at the top, they're sitting there 8-2 at 16 points. But Macon has a game in hand. They've only played 9 games. The same thing with the Bulls sitting in 5th place. So you talk about how tight that structure is, and every point is going to matter this year with the parity of these teams.
The league has arrived parity-wise. There's no doubt about it. We'll pause real quick for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. Macon with head coach Dave, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Kuznechny, a fellow Ukrainian along with myself, has made quite a few changes as of late. They come into this game, since we've met, they've waived 6 players and suspended 1. They have 5 new players and traded for 1.
I think we've got a special puck drop here, Jody. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's Alexander Tallene down there. And watch this here. This could be a little special event we're about to witness.
Everybody, how's it going? You ready for some
You'll
hockey?
have to explain Tallene after he's done, so the fans don't know who you're talking
I just
about.
want to take a second tonight to come out, first of all, to say thanks for all the support over the years. When I first year back, we started Standing Talls Against Cancer. We raised about 30 grand. We donated it to Children's Hospital. It's official now. It's an official charity, so I just wanted to let everybody know. Super thankful to be here. Made Birmingham home, from Chicago originally. My girlfriend Kelly is originally from Chicago as well.
Kelly.
Which brings me to my next question. Kelly, will you marry me?
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
He should have came to me and asked for advice before he did this.
Well,
good for him.
Congratulations, Alex.
Okay, well, that's what you knew. That's why you want me to shut up, which you can elbow me. It's okay. You can tell me to calm down.
I forgot to mention it. I caught wind of it earlier today, and I meant to mention it to you in pregame. And
Yeah,
then
you didn't.
We got talking about the game and everything,
Yeah.
and I totally forgot about it. But yeah.
Well, let's get back to Macon a second here. Yesterday, the Mayhem activated Alex Cohen from the IR. They signed goaltender Dyson Skinner after claiming him off waivers from Huntsville. They waived a goaltender, Reed Cooper, and placed right wing Trent Grimshaw on the 14-day R to make way for Alex Cohen. Kuznechny's making moves. He's trying day by day by day by day to make this a hockey team that contends for the championship, not just makes the playoffs. This guy's working. He's working hard.
Well, he is. He's looking for that lineup to try and turn the tides down there in Macon and make something happen this year. And you know, the one guy that we like, Marcin Kavix out of Macon, I saw he got called up, and, you know, don't know his status, if he'll be back or not, but, I mean, there's a big piece that you can insert into their lineup any given night. So I think right now he's looking for those pieces that can play around Marcin Kavix when he gets back, and we'll see how forwards. I like him on Macon. They've got a lot of grit. Goldowski, he can go, and we'll see how they do here. See, defensively, Birkin, good in net, so holds up a challenge here.
Birkin in net, he's faced the 5th most shots in the SPHL this season, 184 pucks he's seen. And he's back on Birmingham's ice, and he'll try and get another win for the Mayhem. Face-off coming up at center ice. Thanks for joining us. Jody Chernesky here with Greg Drevity at the Pelham Civic Complex, and we're underway. Off the draw, not really controlled by anyone. It comes to Romeo, and he'll send it near side. Up the boards off Olnick, back into the Macon zone. Romatario will catch up with it first, no icing. Shipped it near side and out. Kept in by Romeo. He spun, his shot was blocked by Ishizuka, and it's sent back to center ice. Collision there in front of the Macon bench. McTavish picks it up, takes a shot, blocker saved by Birkin. A whip of a shot there by McTavish, and a hard check into the boards. Now that's Winslow has it, sends it far side off the stick of Ishizuka, kept in by Ibarra. Near side pass for Mastrangeli. In front, deflection by Ishizuka, goes wide. Played along the far boards. McTavish fighting for it. It pops free at the pop of that faceoff circle, and it's sent back into the Macon zone. Birmingham changing line. The Ledziankos are out. Alex Cohen just back into the lineup. Sends it ahead for Ishizuka. Taken away by Kip Ledzianko. Look out. He almost gave it away. Chip back into center ice. Controlled by Macon. Mastrangeli has it. Outlet pass ahead. Almost to a collision there. Taken away by Kip Ledzianko for his brother Phil. Has Kozarev cruising. Shot save made off the stick of Phil Ledzianko, and back comes Macon. Taken away by Green. Gives it up for Kozarev. Brings it back into the Macon zone. Has Rose there. Takes a shot. Kozarev's shot just whistles wide. Glover and front. Rose a shot right into the glove of Birkin, and he squeezes it and holds on. The Bulls buzzing right now early on, Greg.
The Bulls are buzzing, Jody, that's for sure. They came out with a good physical shift off the beginning. Had a good hit down in the corner there. Closest one to us is Robotera. And then Birkin, 4 solid saves on 4 very good looks from the Bulls here early.
I like that the Ledziankos are shooting first, passing second. Off the draw, Green tries to keep it in. Chipped out to the blue line, and back comes Favero the other way. Favero brings it right into the slot. Skate save made by Stewart. That puck really just off the stick of Favero. Now Jarrett Cup, the captain, backhands one deep. Whistle blows. And I believe they'll whistle this down for offside.
You saw that one, you're right. It's really hard for a goaltender to make a save on a shot that is a non-shot, if that makes sense.
It does.
Favaro coming in, he didn't really direct it, so often as a goaltender, you're trying to read the puck as it comes off the player's stick. He just lost control. You saw Stewart sliding to the right, kicked out that left pad to make that save.
Off the draw at center ice, controlled. Favero has it. Sets it ahead for Zach Tyson. Drop it back on defense, and Macon sends it into the Bull zone. Brierly catches up with it first. No icing. Played along the far boards. McTavish goes in after it. A puck comes near side. Favero squeezes in from the point, keeps it alive for Macon. There's a centering pass in front. Just misconnected, and back comes Brierly the other way. Has Gillespie with him. Brierly still with the puck, far boards. Down low to Gillespie. He'll sit around the boards trying to connect with Olenek. Couldn't do it. And here comes Macon's Dumas the other way. Dumas can't get around the defense of Thurston. Birmingham has the puck in their own zone. They'll skate away. Behind the net's chipped. Parker Allison sends it near side. Kept alive by the Bulls' McTavish, but intercepted by Danny Winslow, and he'll tip it into the Bulls' zone. Just underway, 17 minutes to go. First period, no score. Birmingham and Macon from the Pelham Civic Complex. Now Phil Ledzianko takes a hit there, a nice one on the far boards. Puck did get into the Macon zone, but the Mayhem have it. Now Green sends it behind the net. Parker Allison takes it. Ahead by Goldowski, takes a hit, still sends it into the Bull zone. This is going to be an icing on Macon, so the faceoff will come back to the right of Bailey Birkin.
And Jody, that play right there where Macon comes around, they do a little chip up the wall to Goldowski there. Good job by the Bulls applying that pressure, coming hard on the wall with the forecheck, because then Goldowski doesn't have an opportunity to make a solid play into the neutral zone, and you saw it there where he just flipped the puck out a little bit too hard, clears the ice all the way down, and comes back for a face-off to the Macon zone.
Goldowski on the draw with Glover, still loose, picked up by Macon. They'll chip it out. Bouncing into the Bull zone, back to get it is Dorsey, and the icing will be called on the Mayhem. We'll do it again. Once again, welcome all you guys back in Macon listening to us. I hear there's a watch party going on somewhere back there. They're fans of us, Drew.
Hey, that's okay.
That's what I hear, at least.
Hey.
It's good to know that we have fans in other cities. Right?
Absolutely.
Face off to the right of Bailey Birkin. Drake Glover on the draw with Goldowski again. Drop. Goldowski controls. Allison sends it far boards. Crazy bounce off the boards. Comes right in the slot. Controlled by Danny Winslow, and he'll chip it ahead into the Bull zone. Dorsey picks it up. Has Kozarev cruising. He'll tip it into the far boards, or far corner for Birmingham. And Macon sends it right back out. Kyler Matthews for the Bulls has it. Banks went off the boards, but not out. Kept alive. Ibarra in a slot for Cohen. There's a shot saved or deflected by the defense, and here comes Olnick. He loses the puck, and Cohen turns it right back in. Played by the Bulls. Green behind the net for Matthews. He's harassed on the play, gives it right back up for Green, who just sends it out far side for Olnick. Having a little trouble with it, gets it ahead, tried to connect for Gillespie. Allison cuts him off. Now behind the net, picked up by Macon, and here we go the other way. Just like that. Ibarra with the puck. Picked up by Gillespie, gets it ahead to McTavish. Waits for some help, he'll just send it in deep. Thurston with a big hit there. There's a centering pass, steered aside by Birkin. Back on the far boards, Ledzianko has it. Through the slot, takes a shot, a wrister, and gloved by Birkin, and he'll hold on.
And you saw Thurston there on that forecheck, Jody. He's a defenseman by nature, but came in, the Bulls on a line change, and he came in and finished the Macon defender right into the glass with a big hit there for the fans. Got him fired up a little bit, so you know how the Bulls fans are down here. They like it rough and tumble, and Thurston's delivering tonight.
Well, that's what results in scoring chances, though, that kind of rough play in the offensive zone. You keep it alive, and loose pucks find your stick. Brierly behind the net around the far boards. Back comes Macon through center ice. Dumas had it bounce off his stick. Off of Thurston to Favaro. Loose puck picked up by Brierly now. He'll bring it in the Macon zone. Brierly has Ledzianko with him. Tried to get it to him. Tipped away by the defense of Macon. And here come the Mayhem now. Tyson had it bounce off his stick. Birmingham having the go at it right now as far as possession of the puck go, Greg.
Yeah, they're coming out. I like the transition game here by Brierly, getting the puck in the neutral zone. He's really quick to enter, to give those backdoor plays for the Bulls. They just couldn't convert on that last one.
Glover drops it off for Kozarev, puts the brakes on just inside the blue line, drops it back for Romeo. A shot tipped aside by Jared Cupp. And here comes Winslow through center ice. Nice play by Romeo, knocks the puck away. Back into center ice is loose. Winslow had it. Now it's loose along the far boards. It comes to Drake Glover with Rose with him. Drops it back for Rose. Here's a shot. Save made. Rebound. Loose at the side. Steered aside. Now Kozarev has it. Tries to tip it for Glover. Taken away by Macon. And Ishizuka has it along the near boards. Dorsey has it right back to Olnick, who'll put it right back in. Birmingham really controlling the possession. Out shooting Macon 8-2 so far, and we're not even 7 minutes into this game. Aromatario with the puck. Aromatario lost it, tried to get it to Susinski. Gillespie takes it away. Far boards, back at the point for Matthews. He'll play it again. There's a shot by Olnick right into the midsection of Birkin, and he'll hold on. We'll have our first media timeout of the period, but Birmingham doing everything, Greg, except for one thing, putting the puck in the net.
Well, it's one of those things, but I like what I'm seeing so far, Jody. With the Bulls coming down, they've got that shoot-first mentality, and that's something that we've been talking about for many years, where the only goals you don't score are the shots you don't take. So the Bulls taking advantage. They're testing Birkin early. He's doing well, but I tell you what, I will not overlook that play that Ryan Romeo had. It just seemed like a little innocent play, but Goldowski was on the backside of Romeo coming across the Bulls' blue line. And if Romeo had not have got his shin pad on that pass coming across, Goldowski would have been gone one-on-one on Stewart. So some big defensive plays here too, but the Bulls definitely carrying it right now and having a really good night offensively, as evidenced by their 9-2 shot advantage right now with 13:20 left in the first period.
Well, I spoke with Ryan after the game last Saturday night. Of course, my granddaughter ran him down. She thinks she's going to marry him. She's all of 5 years old, but I had a nice talk with him. We'll get into a little bit of that later on if you can remind me, because I will forget. All right, 13:20 to go, first period. Birmingham, Macon, no score, face-off in the Macon zone. Controlled by the Mayhem, although Birmingham had a shot at it. Nice play on Ibarra on the far side. He's checked out the puck, and it comes back to center ice. Ibarra will pick it up. Chips it in. There's a big hit at center ice on Thurston from, I believe that's Cohen. No, that was Gendron. In front, a shot right in front now. Ginian takes down McTavish. Ginian with 2 big hits on that shift, Greg.
Well, Ginian, he's a physical player. He's a big body back there on D. And he's somebody we didn't see the last time they were in town.
He was a scratch. Now Benson had it bounce off his stick right back to Mastrangeli, and he'll lift it back towards center ice. Loose, picked up by Benson. Seth will bring it in. Seth tries to get away from one. His shot goes wide. Puck bounces right back to the slot. Macon was there. They'll clear. Now Dumas takes it. He tries to get away from Thurston. Around him. Goes behind the net. Curls out near side. Drops it. Behind the net looking for Tyson. Thurston ties him up. Tyson with the puck. Drops it. Back for Dumas again. Benson on him. Now it's tied up underneath their skates. Brierley comes in as well as Thurston to try and knock it free. Still fought for in the corner. Finally pops out. Macon has it. Down low. Looked up front for Tyson. He backed it into the air. Loose. Now Macon keeps it alive in the Bull zone, generating some pressure. Thurston at the end of this shift, you can see it in his legs. They're burning. He'll take it and just try and clear it. Macon changing, so he'll have a chance to skate it to center ice and backhand it in. He'll come off the ice for a pair. Now in front, there's Kozarev. A shot was deflected by Allison. Loose behind the Macon net. That's Macon sending it back into Birmingham zone. Look out. Bulls pick it up. Nice spinning move by Rose. Off the glass for Glover. He's tied up by Cup, though. It's kept in. Birmingham with a shot. Score! Carson Rose from his office, that left face-off circle, found the loose puck. Skated it into the Macon zone. And finally, the work pays off. Birmingham takes a 1-0 lead on Carson Rose's 9th goal of the year and his first game back in 3 weeks.
And I tell you what, great heads-up play there by Drake Glover in the neutral zone, Jody. He came up, made a good second effort to get that puck to Rose. Rose came in across the blue line and just whipped it low stick on Birkin, and that was one thing I noticed in warm-up. Is Birkin struggled a little bit on those low shots, especially to his stick side, and this was a scenario where everything the Bulls have put at him so far has been high.
Here's the call.
Bulls goal scored by number 15, Carson Rose, his 9th goal of the season. The assist, number 19, Drake Glover, and number 44, Jamie Dorsey.
So Dorsey and Glover on the assist. Rose, league-leading 9th goal of the year, even missing 3 weeks of the season, still leading the league in goal scoring. Puck in the Macon zone. There's a shot, stick save, and he just covers that up. Birkins has seen enough of Birmingham's shots. Listen, he gave up that goal to Rose, but just about anybody in this league would have given that shot up. Birkins played well, if you ask me. But you're right, the shots have been high. But he still played well. He stopped 12 of 13 tonight.
Absolutely. Birkin's having a great game, but that just goes to show you, a guy like Carson Rose, he's so quick in his release with that shot and using the Macon defender as a screen. Birkin really didn't have any chance on it. By the time he saw it, it was already by him.
The Ledziancos are out with Higgins. They win the draw, but it bounces over the glove and stick of Matthews. Look out, he has his pocketed pick, but it rebounds nicely with a check, and Birmingham has the control of the puck. Chip back into center ice. Kip Ledzianko giving chase. Taken away by Aromatario. He'll skate and tip it into the Bull zone, or at least attempt to. And he does. Green has it. He'll send it to that far side, an open wing, and Allison will pick it up for Macon. Green with it for Birmingham. Ahead for Ledzianko. That's Phil. He'll go into the corner with Parker Allison. Takes him to the boards. Kozarev is there. He'll try and pin it in, and Phil Ledzianko tries to dig it out. It's still loose under the skate of Kozarev. Pot's free. He has it. Kozarev in front, looking for Thurston. Deflected away from him by Tyson. Birmingham putting the pressure on. Phil Ledzianko with the puck. Back for Brierley. A shot knocked down in the slot. A maze of bodies there and never got through. Brierley has it. Whips it around the boards looking for Rose. It comes all the way to Glover. Now Brierley. Far side, Thurston, a shot, save, rebound, loose, still loose, cleared by Tyson. And Macon clears. Right back in the Macon zone. Glover brings it. Gillespie giving chase. Master and Jelly will catch up with it first. And they'll chip it ahead to Goldowski, and here comes Macon. All the offense Birmingham has had and all the puck possession still only up by 1 goal. Keep that in mind. In the Bull zone, Danny Winslow knocked off the play. Gillespie picks the loose puck up. 3 Macon players back, so he'll drop it back for McTavish. McTavish, around behind the net, looks for a centering pass. He just drops it for Gillespie. There's one for Dorsey. A shot just goes wide. Rebound is there. McTavish had it, taken away, and here comes Goldowski. Has Favaro with him. Chips it ahead to Nick Favaro. Taken down on the play by Romeo, and he'll just lift it into center ice to clear. Gillespie at the end of his shift couldn't really get going, and it's taken there by Winslow, who'll pop it right back into the Bull zone.
And you can see the Bulls, Jody, they've definitely changed up their shot selection here in the last couple of drives. Coming down, they're shooting low on Birkin, trying to create rebounds and trying to beat him again low.
Cohen will bring it into the Bull zone, gets away from Benson, in front. Just a blocker save. Another centering pass. Witherspoon was there, he couldn't control it. Far boards picked up by Romeo. Ahead for Benson, he has Ledzianko with him, tips it ahead for Kip. Kip has nobody to center from. He's hit on the play by Cup, and the loose puck picked up by Macon. Off the shoulder of Ibarra, he drops it down into the Bull zone. He'll go in after it. Matthews on him. Ibarra still with the puck. Centering pass for Witherspoon, steered away by Stewart, and Birmingham will skate away. Kip Ledzianko lost it, now does the smart thing and just banks it off the boards and out. Quickly right back in. Ibarra with a shot. That one whistles wide and high. All the way back at center ice. Glover has it. Has Rose with him. Chips it ahead for Rose. His shot. Save was made. Glover takes the hit, and the slot goes down. But once again, Birkin comes up big. That shot hit him right in the midsection. Now we got some pushing and shoving once again behind and beside Birkin. That's Drake Glover. He didn't appreciate the hit he received. Ginion, of course, is there. I have a sneaky suspicion that Brad Ginion and Kyler Matthews may see each other sometime and point in this game, if not Trevor Thurston.
Well, if not Thurston, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dorsey.
Maybe. I forgot about that.
Because you know that here's the situation, Jody, where you've got Ginion who hit back, I think it was the game in Macon where he had the big hit on Kozarev.
Sure did.
Kind of shook things up. And here he is again. And, you know, Jenion's no fool. He's out there. He's trying to, you know, finish his checks on guys like Glover and Rose and, you know, try and slow down that top line for the Bulls. But I guarantee you, Coach Simchuk and Kerr are going to see that one, and they're going to be walking down the bench, giving the guys a couple taps to take care of that business.
Well, I talked with Coach Simchuk after that game in Macon when Kozarev was hit into the boards by Ginion, and I know for a fact that they remembered who did that. So that's why I'm saying with the body checking that's going on, with the physicality that Ginion's showing tonight, I wouldn't be surprised at all if somebody says, enough, let's finish this. And Ginion may wind up on top, who knows, but you got to stand up to them.
Absolutely.
That's hockey. Well, Birmingham out shooting Macon 16-6 in what's been a wide open offensive game for Birmingham. Puck possession 100% in their favor, but a 1-goal lead only.
Well, one of those things, Jody, where you talk about, I know last game I wasn't here for, but the game before that we did here, the Bulls, they didn't amass but 20 shots over 3 periods. So this is good to see for the Bulls. Good crowd here tonight and getting a little bit of everything. A lot of physicality, a lot of shots on goal, and good hits.
Bulls control. Thurston with a shot, never made it through as it hit Abbott and bounced into the Bull zone where it's picked up by Brierly. Off the stick of Olnick, goes deep into the Macon zone. Master and Jelly is there. Far boards for Abbott. McTavish gets in the way of that pass, but it gets right back to Tyson. Drops it back, nobody there but the Bulls. That was McTavish, tried to tip it to Olnick, taken away. Master and Jelly. Watched by Gillespie. He just lifts it to get it out. Comes all the way in the center ice, bounces, and the Bulls have it. Thurston, pressured by Ishizuka. Gets the pass away to Kip Ledzianko. Chips it to Higgins in front, looking for Phil. It was deflected by the Macon defense. Sent back into center ice. Birmingham once again just turns and sends it right back in. 6:22 to go, first period. Birmingham 1, Macon nothing. Puck in the Macon zone. Ishizuka has it. Ahead for Goldowski, 3-on-2. Goldowski had it tipped away from him. A nice poke check by Ryan Romeo, and he'll send it far side for Higgins. Cup keeps it alive for Macon. And this Ledzianko Kip tries to get it for Birmingham. It comes free, and this one's going to call no icing. It was deflected, stopped there in the corner. Kozarev giving chase. Favaro will catch up with it first, though. Favaro just banks one off the boards and out right to the Birmingham Bulls defense and right back in the Macon zone. Allison takes the hit there by Rose. Still has possession of the puck, sends it far side. Ibarra gets it out, banks it right to Dorsey. Lazy pass through center ice, intercepted. Ibarra brings it into the Bull zone. In front, centering pass. A weak one, never had made it through, and it's back where Ginian has it. His pass taken away by Glover. Glover can't get a past Ginian. He avoided the hip check, though, and Ginian sends it out of play. And with 5:07 to go here in the first period of play, Birmingham up 1-0.
Interestingly enough, Jody, as we're sitting here watching this, it's like Macon has gone down to 2 lines here, and he's just rotating those top 2 lines. And one of the guys I was impressed with and really caught my eye was Dumas, number 19. Early in the game, there was a loose puck, and he skated past Abbott, who had 2 steps on him, got the puck, and drove deep into the Bulls' end. I was like, that guy's got pretty good speed, but we haven't seen him since then. So curious to know here, you know.
He's a Requid acquisition as well. 16-6 shots on goal. Ginian has it off the draw, and he'll bank one out. Orson Green will get it for the Bulls. Green, in front of his own bench, chips it to center ice. Mastrangeli takes his man out. The puck is sent.
Here we go.
Out of play now. Here we go. Ginian, I thought so. This time it's McTavish who's had enough. Now Ginian with a horse collar gets him. McTavish's gloves now uppercuts by Ginian. There's a big ride, and he goes down. Ginian really connected on that one, Greg.
Well, you got to be careful there, Jody. Ginian is a big customer. He's coming in. He's got a few inches on McTavish. He's got a long reach.
He's hamming it up with the bench and the crowd. I love it. Now McTavish and him having words going to the box. He had McTavish in a headlock, and that kind of impeded what McTavish could do. Ginian connected with a couple of uppercuts and a big right hand, and they both went down. I guess you have to give the bid to Ginian on that one.
Oh, yeah, no, Ginian caught him. It looked like he caught him with a nice right there once McTavish found his way out of the headlock. But, yeah, Ginian with his reach, and like I said, he had a good strong support there, and, hey, that was a good bout. So, you know, Ginian's one of those guys, Jody, that if he's on your team, you absolutely love him. And if he's not on your team, then you know what? He's definitely not a favorite when he goes on the road and that kind of stuff. But, hey, he's a good D-man no matter how you slice it. He checks all the boxes that I like in him. He's big, you know, makes simple plays with the puck. He's physical, and he can throw bombs.
Well, McTavish heads to the locker room. Ginian's still in the box. 4:52 to go, first period. Here's the call.
Brad Ginian, 2 minutes for roughing and 5 minutes for fighting. Number 23, Brad Ginian, 2 minutes for roughing and 5 minutes for fighting. Birmingham penalty, number 18, Troy McTavish, 5 minutes for fighting.
So Birmingham will get a 2-minute advantage out of this, providing no other calls are made. Ginian gets the extra minor, and Birmingham takes their league-leading power play onto the ice right now in hopes of continuing that.
I don't know about that one, Jody.
I thought they both grabbed each other.
Well, I thought it was just 5-5 there.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Birmingham is number 1 in the SPHL in power plays, 37.5%, well ahead of second place Roanoke's 23%. Macon's penalty kill, 7th in the league at 76%. Birmingham has scored 9 power play goals and only 24 advantages. We'll see what can happen here.
Well, with 4:52 here to go in the first period, Jody, Birkin's already seen 16, and I'll say quality shots, because every one of them has been right there.
Yeah.
There's been other opportunities that the Macon D did a good job of keeping the Birmingham forwards clear on some of those rebounds and stuff like that. But Berkeley could walk out of this period with 25 shots against.
This is, Birmingham has had 4 consecutive games, with power play goals. If we score one here tonight, 5 consecutive power play goals. Curtis Abbott will serve the minor that was obtained by Genion. And the Bulls are on a power play with a face-off in the Macon zone with 4:52 remaining here in the first period. Puck is dropped, goes into the corner. Cup catches up with it, sends it far boards. Gillespie tips it back for Brierly, right back to Michael. Brierly again, near side Rose. Far side Gillespie. Brierly takes a shot, save made. That one made it through, and he had to make the stop. And Macon clears. Low shot there. Nice idea, just didn't get that deflection he was looking for.
Well, that's what the Bulls are looking for. Get the puck to the middle, get bodies in front, see if you can't bang one through.
Brierly will drop it back for Gillespie. He gives it up to Rose, who'll bring it in. Rose near side, a shot. And Birkin ducked his head on that bullet. It didn't go in the net, though. Behind its play, now taken down was Rose. And Macon clears all the way down. Stewart out of his net will play it himself and clear it through center ice to Gillespie. Look out, drops it back, and it bounces over Brierly's stick. And with a minute to go in this power play, Birmingham regroups. Brierly will skate it. Puts the brakes on, gives it up to Higgins, who's getting some power play time. Back to Brierly. Into the slot for Carson. Rose, he sends one looking for a deflection. It got there, but wide. Higgins can't keep it in, and Macon's Dumas clears into center ice where Higgins picks it up. He'll bring it in. Birmingham changing power play units. Higgins gets around one man. Look, thought about a wraparound. Puck just bounces off his stick, and Winslow with an easy clear right in on Stewart. That's a shot on goal for Macon.
It is.
Birmingham's Romeo drops it back. I'm not sure I like that drop in the back, dropping back the pass, but either way, Kozarev brings it in for Ledzianko. Romeo far side for Ledzianko. Near side for Phil. Back to Romeo to Kip for Phil. In front, a nice idea, just goes wide off the stick of Kozarev. Romeo fakes a slap shot for Kozarev. We're down to 5 seconds of power play time. Phil Ledzianko with the puck. Come on, let's do something. Penalty is killed. We're back at full strength. Kip Ledzianko, far side for Kozarev. Tipped away by Cup. Now it's loose behind the net. Chipped in front, still loose, and cleared by Macon. They've killed the penalty and are back at full strength.
A little bit too fancy for my liking there, Jody. You
I
know
agree.
what I mean? A little bit too much passing around, trying to get the perfect play and
Shoot the puck.
Yep.
Gillespie, nice play, chips it away. Keep it alive for Birmingham. They were through the slot. Glover had a shot at it, but it's blocked by Ishizuka, who skates into the Bull zone. Near side, Goldowski. He's watched by Green, taken down. Nice check by Corson Green. Matthews picks it up. Banks went off the boards and out. Back to get it. Susinski. Gillespie on him. Susinski still holds on to the puck. He'll curl back. Send it behind his own net. Rose now forechecking behind the net. Puck chipped along the boards, and Winslow just gets it out. Thurston behind his own net. Minute 40 to go, first period. 1-0 Bulls lead. Off the goal by Carson Rose. Now Benson tried to backhand one in. It's taken away by Tyson. 3 Bulls there, takes him out of the play completely and down as Benson just knocks him to the ice. Now they're going to push and shove. They're going to go. Tyson and Benson. Benson right after right after right. Now they'll tie up. Benson still throwing the overhand rights. There's another man in. That's Dumas comes into the fray. Now we're all going. Dumas was the 3rd man in. I don't know if they'll call it, but he didn't like the way Benson was pounding away at Tyson. And Dumas came in to his teammate's aid, but that's the 3rd man in.
Well,
if you want to call it that way.
Well, the only thing there, Jody, is Dumas is doing what you have to do in that situation because Benson was absolutely filling Tyson just right after right. You were making the call. So he didn't come in and try and punch him or do it. He was just trying to
stop the fight.
Right. So, you know.
Now, I'm not if you're going to call a third man in, that's what you call, though. I mean, technically he was. He didn't throw one punch, though, Dumas.
Right.
He just wanted, as you said, to stop the pounding.
Yeah, personally,
I'm okay with no extra penalty here.
Yeah, me too.
If they call 5 and 5, that's fine with me. May not work that way, though, Greg. Birmingham may get an extra out of this one.
Surprised to see what drove Benson. We couldn't really see how that play initially started because it was right in front of the Bulls bench.
Well, it started with a clean check, and Tyson took it, umbrage to it. So be it. It's hockey. He gets it, pushes. Benson pushes back, and
away they go.
Away they went. They started dancing at that point. So Benson is the guy we spoke about earlier in the year for Birmingham who's been through a lot in his life. He's beat cancer. This is his first pro season. He's been on the record stating, I don't mind mixing it up with anybody. I want to play hockey, but if you want to go, we'll go.
Sure.
And you got to pull for a guy who can pull through and by what, in all estimations, what he's been through as far as his upbringing as a child, not in the most wealthy situations, and cancer on top of it. While he was in high school, he had that.
Well, and what you're looking for, Jody, is when you come in and you're looking at somebody's stats, and in his first pro season, I mean, in 9 games, and I think he sat out 1.
He's played 5 games. This is a 6-game break.
Okay, so he's got.
Now I got a stat for you.
He's got 4 points in 6 games, and that's about .75 per game. So
he's had 5 shots on goal, and I may be wrong. 5 shots on goal, 3 of them are goals. Now it may be 2. Let me double check my stats. But yes, he's got 3 goals on 5 shots.
That's a 60%.
That's the man you want shooting the puck more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he'll be in the box to start the second period. He's in the locker room right now as there's only 1:19 to go. The referee's sorting out the penalties. I get the suspicion Birmingham's going to get an extra minor here.
Well, I would say that if Genion got a ghost too, that I think the refs are going to come back here and you're going to see Benson get an extra 2 for whatever, roughing, who knows. But
I could see giving him a roughing, a 2 and a 5, but either way, this has been the kind of hockey game we've been looking for. I mean, we're skating, we're shooting, we have possession of the puck most of the time, and now we're playing physical as well. This is the game Birmingham needs to play.
Well, it's one of those things, too, where, I know it's out there, and I know sometimes people talk about it, sometimes they don't, but I call it the Hayden Stewart effect. And you know what? Sometimes when Stewie's in net, it's like the Bulls, they come out and they're just kind of do what they have to do, but they really rely a lot on Stewart defensively in their own zone to kind of save the day and make those big saves that he makes. But tonight, it's good to see, as evidenced by, 6 shots against, a couple of them from the slot. Stewie made some big saves on, but the Bulls, for the most part, are doing a very good job taking away those odd man rushes, and they're having good defensive mindset in all 3 zones of the ice tonight.
Well, they're still discussing what's going on. He's conferring with the linesman. The referee tonight is Derek Calise. His lineman is Noah Ackerman along with Sean Oram. And I give them credit for at least trying to get this right, but let's move the game along. Birmingham and Macon are having a heck of a go at it here. We don't need to slow it down.
Right, especially with a 1 and 19 seconds left in the second period, because you're going to have a big enough break here in between. And, something like this, Jody, and how I'm seeing it, it benefits Macon because he's been running those top 6 guys back to back to back every other shift. So,
All right, he's explaining it to the captains now. Let's see what their reactions are. You were the hockey player. You tell me what you think based on, here's the call.
A double minor for roughing. 4 minutes for roughing. Number 5, Seth Benson. Time of the penalty, 18:41.
Okay, that's all that was called
of the first period.
I guess they're ruling that Tyson never threw a punch. He just was on the ice covering up, and so Macon will enjoy a 4-minute power play.
And you stood up, Jody, had a better view of it than I did. But,
I don't have a problem with the call, to be honest with you, Greg.
I didn't hear you say that Tyson threw any back.
Not
it just
one.
sounded like it was a Benson roundhouse show.
Yep, exactly. I did not see it. Tyson's gloves were off. I did see that Benson was pounding him from above, so the double minor makes sense. I guess we should be happy that it's not a 5-minute major.
That's what I was going to say. If Tyson didn't get anything, the Bulls are happy that this is a double minor and not a 5, because on a 5, doesn't matter how many times they score, you still have to wind out that whole 5 minutes shorthanded.
On the power play this year, Macon is 6th in the league, 17.6%. 6 power play goals on 34 attempts. Birmingham's penalty kill has been an enigma, Greg. I can't figure this out. They're 9th in the league, giving up 8 power play goals and 31 attempts, 74.2% success rate. Should be higher than that. With the skaters we got, we should be killing penalties easily.
You would think.
Face-off will be in the Bulls on a 5-on-4 skater advantage, providing no other penalties are called. A minute 19 remaining in the period. Macon on the power play.
Interesting here, they go with Glover and Rose up front on the PK. Not something you see a whole lot,
No.
Jody, where you put your top 2 goal scorers out there, unless they're looking for...
Shorty?
Yep.
Phil Ledzianko will serve the minor. I don't understand that, but okay. Brierly and Thurston are out on defense to kill this penalty for the Bulls as the puck is dropped. Control. Mastrangelli has it. Along the near boards, Glover lifts his stick but can't get the puck away. Far side pass, Favaro. Glover on him. Ships it behind the net for Ishizuka. Comes to the side of the net, and Stewart was right there. Puts that left mid over it, and we'll have another draw with 1:04 to go in the period.
Good job by the Bulls there. You see him collapsing down low, Macon looking to throw the puck behind the goal line, get the D turned around, and then throw it back to the middle. Puck got deflected off the side of the net, and Stewart was there to put his big blocker down, cover that up, get a face-off down here to his right with 1:04 left here in the first period.
Higgins out on the draw. I believe that's Cohen for Macon. Loose picked up by Macon. Winslow has it. A minute to go in the period. Winslow whips it around the boards far side. Ishizuka right back for Winslow. It'll come to Cohen. Cohen looks for a place to go. Back to Romatario, far side. Ishizuka. He takes a shot. Winslow found it off the boards. Couldn't get it in on Stewart, but Macon has control. Near side back at the point for Cohen. He'll send it back in deep. Winslow's there. Tried a backhand pass for Tyson. Missed, and the Bulls clear. We're down to 25 seconds left here in the first period of play. Rose almost took it away from Romatario and does. Has Glover streaking just off the mark. Just an inch or two far. And Glover would have had the chance. Rose fighting for it. In the corner, it comes free. Birkin steers it to the near far corner where it's taken by the Bulls in front. And with 2 seconds, that's going to do it. Nice penalty kill effort there the last 30 seconds by Birmingham, keeping it in the Macon zone and out of harm's way. At the end of 20 minutes of play, Birmingham 1, Macon nothing. Outshooting Macon 19-6. Greg, your thoughts on what you saw before you went on your trip with Alabama to what you're seeing tonight?
Well, tonight I'm seeing the Bulls coming out and they're playing as a unit, Jody, all the way from the front to the back. Everybody's playing responsible, and definitely not as much north and south, but they are using that shoot-first mentality, and I like to see that here from the Bulls.
Well, we should be up 1 or 2, and I said yes, we are Birmingham Bulls announcers. Some people in Macon actually believe we're homers.
Oh, I am a homer, Jody.
You played for them. I've worked for them on and off 30 years, so that's a compliment to call me a homer, so thank you. But in this case, we'll take 1-0, but in reality, Birkin has kept it from being 3, if not 4-0.
He has, absolutely. He's having a good night tonight, and you know, Jody, I wouldn't be surprised if Macon's down there and they're doing some X's and O's on the power play stuff, because you mentioned earlier about the transition and some of the moves, the roster moves that they made, and that's really what it kind of looked like out there. It didn't really look like on that power play they had anything really set, and you could just tell there wasn't a whole lot of chemistry, but I guarantee you, after seeing that one, this break is coming in and the Bulls come out, they'll have a big kill here for 2 minutes and 41 seconds going into the second period.
Well, I spoke of the personnel changes on the ice for Macon really since the season started. And you just mentioned a key word, chemistry. How long does chemistry take before you begin to see it pay off offensively?
Well, and things like power play and penalty kill especially, and those two specialty teams, Jody, you need a couple practices where you've got those guys in there, and then practice is always different from a game because in practice, the guys who are defending your power play, they know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not quite there, not with the intensity. And, you know, a couple of games with your power play and your penalty kill set is usually what it takes to find your vibe. So we'll see how Macon comes out here. But to, you know, not to take anything away from the Bulls because, you know, Glover and Rose proved me wrong, and they were out there working their butts off on the penalty kill. And, hey, that's as long as whoever you're picking to go out there on the kill is working and they're going high to low and they're moving their feet and whacking those pucks, good job by the Bulls.
Higgins, Ben Higgins, gets power play time tonight. I haven't seen that this year. Your thoughts on Higgins on the power? He's great on the penalty kill. I just never seen him put out on the power play yet.
Well, Higgins is one of those things where coming in, he's a rookie. You know what I mean? Usually, so like as you had Rose and Glover out there on the PK, I imagine next year you'd probably see Higgins and take your pick. You know, probably McTavish or, you know, somebody like that. But I like Higgins. I think he did a lot of things right on the power play. He controlled the puck well. He entered the zone. But it's one of those things where he needs more reps to finish and make those plays. Once he gained the zone, puck kind of got away from him, and then the D took it and chipped it out. You know what I mean? So he did all that great work, handled the puck well, did really good, and then it was just kind of all for naught. But great job getting it done, but finishing the play, that's just something that comes with more opportunities. So I don't mind him.
All right, we'll take a short break here, just play some spots, some ads for you, and some music, and give us a chance to get something cold to drink, and we'll be right back. Jody Cherneski, along with Greg Dreveny at the Pelham Civic Complex. Birmingham 1, Macon nothing at the end of one period of play.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter, and you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no-breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur Services.com. Alabama license number 15214.
Yell at a tool?
Tonight, house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. House, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Load up the bullpen, fire up the crowd. Turning Bulls loose, make the family proud. About to drop the puck, gonna go bar down. Boys crash the crease and tear up this town. House, Bulls country. Rulers of the Cahaba Valley. House, Bulls country. Rulers of the Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Tempest flare gloves hit the ice. Kick his ass not once but twice. Down south losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. House, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice-cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Life. We may not all agree on the best game day foods, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
You are the barbecue boss, the sultan of spatula. And upon the first bite of Whataburger's barbecue bacon burger, you think, hey, I could make this. Your barbecue sauce might not be as smoky, and you probably wouldn't put both smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack on it. And you... Wait, is that bacon? Good thing there's room for more than one poobah of the pit. Good thing there's the limited-time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
All right, Jody Chernaski back here at the Pelham Civic Complex at the end of one period of play. The Birmingham Bulls leading the visiting Macon Mayhem by a score of 1-0. Goal scoring in that period, the first, at 8:53 of the first. Carson Rose, playing in his first game in 21 days, gets his league-leading 9th goal of the year. It was assisted by Drake Glover and Matt Dorsey, and that would be all of the goal scoring of that period. We did have a couple of skirmishes, one good fight between Brad Ginion of Macon and Troy McTavish of Birmingham, and a little skimmer, just a little skirmish here in front of the Bulls bench. It resulted in a double minor for roughing on Birmingham's Seth Benson late in the first period. That penalty will travel over into the second. 2:41 remaining penalty time for Birmingham to kill. If Macon scores, of course, within 41 seconds, they'll get another power play. If not, they'll go over into the second power play automatically. Around the league tonight, the league basically playing in full action. Birmingham won't be in action tomorrow night. We'll get into that when Greg gets back in a little bit. But so far, around the league, Huntsville trailing Roanoke by a score of 2-0 at the end of one period play. And late in the second, Knoxville leading Fayetteville 3-2. Of course, 1-0 here in Birmingham, and Evansville up 2-1 on Quad City as they are about to start the second period of play. And at the end of one, no score between Pensacola and Peoria. Tomorrow night, Fayetteville will be in Macon, Quad City and Evansville. Birmingham will be off, Pensacola and Peoria. The next time the Bulls will be on the ice will be November 28th and the 29th, a pair of games in Huntsville. Then the 30th at Pensacola before the next home game, December 5th, right back here at the Pelham Civic Complex. The next time you can see the Bulls, December 5th against Pensacola, and then the next night, the 6th, Evansville will be in town. We'll take one last break. When we come back, we'll bring you second period action. 1-0 Birmingham at the end of one period of play. You're listening and watching to Birmingham Bulls hockey.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Life. We may not all agree on the best game day food, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter. And you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no-breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur. Services.com. Alabama license number 15214.
Yell it.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Life. We may not all agree on the best game day food, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
It's the classic dilemma at Whataburger. You pick up your patty melt with 2 fresh all-beef patties, melted Monterey Jack cheese, grilled onions, and creamy pepper sauce. And just when you're about to dig into Whataburger's take on this all-time classic, someone utters the dreaded words.
Can I have a bite?
Should you? Shouldn't you? Maybe you just take a big bite so you don't have to answer. Good thing that dilemma's over. Good thing there's the patty melt at Whataburger.
Jody Chernesky, Greg Trevany back at the Pelham Civic Complex, just about set for action here in the second period with the Bulls up 1-0. Greg, I mentioned Ryan Romeo, talking to him at the end of the game the other day, and how nice it was to finally see the Leziankos pull through. And he said, you know, I'm trying to help these kids out. I asked him, what are you talking about? And he said, when they were pressing, when they were holding their sticks too tight, they weren't scoring, they were getting frustrated, I had to try and keep them up on this level. But after that, now I got to keep them down on this level. I mean, that's a consummate team leader right there.
Absolutely, and that's one of those things, Jody, where especially being young guys coming in from another country, you know what I mean? They're coming in, they expect to have the success that they had before playing in different leagues overseas. You know, they had big points over there. They come over here, but that's the thing about the SPHL and how much it's improved over the past years and stuff like that. You're not just going to come in and start putting up Carson Rose numbers in your first year as a first-year pro coming into the SPHL. So, good to see them. They buzz, they're fast, they're good playmakers and stuff like that. And you will see them consistently start getting into the scoring more and more as the year goes on here.
Well, I know Ryan Romeo's parents are either watching or listening or both tonight. I wanted them to know that there's apparently my daughter knows a girl who teaches where my daughter teaches, or their teacher friends. She's in the suite tonight. She's from Ryan Romeo's hometown. Now, she's a few years older than Ryan, so I sent word down to Ryan before the game. I don't know if he'll come up and see who it was or not after the game, but kind of ironic that Ryan Romeo has a girl from his hometown lives in Birmingham now, and she's here to watch him play.
Interesting.
All right, we're about set for action. Remember, 2:41 remaining on the double minor to Seth Benson and the power play for Macon. So Macon starts this period on the power play. Glover, Rose, Thurston, and Brierly out to kill the penalty for Birmingham. Goldowski, Ibarra, and it looks like Favaro along with Mastrangeli and Witherspoon on the power play for Macon. As this puck is in the Macon zone, Favaro has it. He'll skate away through center ice to Goldowski, who tips it into the Bull zone deep. Giving chase, Favaro and Brierly. Comes to Thurston. Look out, that puck almost bounced in off Goldowski on the clearing attempt by Thurston. Now it's cleared by the Bulls down the ice. Dangerous play, Greg.
Actually, on that clearing attempt, Jody, it was Carson Rose just standing there, and as he turned, his stick was just in the puck clearing lane, and that's what caused that one to redirect.
Now Macon brings it back in. Zach Tyson in the corner. Gives it up for Abbott. Thought about a curl around, sends it back at the point. There's a shot blocked by Higgins. A nice play in front for Abbott. Save made off the point off Tyson's stick. Now Ishizuka sends one in wide of the net off the side of the goal. Tyson has the puck for Macon. Back at the point for Aromatario. Romeo catches up with it first and backhands it down the ice.
Well, that was definitely Macon's best scoring opportunity here of the game so far. It started the second period, and they got 1:30 here left on the power play.
Birmingham's killed the first one off. Now Gillespie takes that Ishizuka shot. A nice play by Michael Gillespie. Blocks the shot and gets it out. Kozarev tries to get it through two people. He does. Now he's taken out of the play by Ibarra. Loose puck picked up along the boards. Macon has it. That's Ishizuka. He has it poked away from him. Rose doing a good job forechecking, killing this penalty. Romatario comes back. We're down to a minute left on this double minor for Birmingham and the power play for Macon. Now a centering pass, a weak one in front. Cleared by the Bulls. Glover has it. Here he goes. Breakaway, Drake Glover. Save made off the backhand right into the mitt. Birkin saves the day for Macon at this point. They'll try and bring it in. They do. Ishizuka drops it back for Ibarra. Takes a shot deflected in front by Cohen. Save made by Stewart. Goldowski has it. We're down to 30 seconds of power play time remaining. Goldowski shoots it. That one goes high off the glass. Picked up by the Bulls. Tried to clear, couldn't do it. Now it comes to Thurston, who does clear into center ice. Olnick picks it up. Nobody back to help, so he'll put the brakes on. Taken away by Macon. We're down to 15 seconds of power play time. Far boards Witherspoon. Brierly on him. Gives it up for Winslow. Walks out in front. Save made. Rebound goes far boards. 5 seconds to go in the power play. There's a shot taken. That one gets up high on Olnick. Witherspoon with a shot blocker. Save made by Stewart. Birmingham at full strength have killed a double minor. And Macon still has control. Favaro. Cross-ice pass. Mastrangeli takes a shot. Save made by Stewart, who steers it aside. Birmingham needs to get control and take it out. Favaro with a shot back off the back of Stewart and in the net. Nick Favaro with a smart play just off the side of the net for Stewart. Birmingham could not clear the zone after killing that penalty, and Favaro banks one home.
And it's funny, Jody, I was watching on, oddly enough, Canadian Sports Center, and they were going over some of the scoring tips from NHL guys, and they were saying nowadays guys shoot low, and that's another shot right there they talk about so often. Coming across the goal line as the goalie posts up and holds onto his post, and they bank it off the side of the goalie's head and put it into the net. And that's exactly what Favaro did there. What a heads-up play. Tough one there to give up on Stewart, but not much room, and that's a heck of a shot.
That's his first goal of the year. We'll catch up on the assist in a minute. 1-1's the score. Even after Birmingham has controlled the play offensively, we have a tie hockey game. Here's the call.
Nicholas Favaro. The assist, number 12, Dan Winslow. And number 20, Jake Goldowski.
Winslow and Goldowski, they almost scored again, Greg. Now it's back, comes the other way. McTavish has Cup deep. McTavish takes the shot, pad save, rebound loose. It's that face-off circle. Macon comes away with the puck, and they'll lift it back into the Bull zone. Dorsey has it. Tipped in by Kip Ledzianko into the near corner. Kozarev gives chase. Chipped away from him. Tied up along the near side. Taken away by Macon. Kozarev trying to take it away. Can't do it. Near side, Tyson lifts, not out. Nice play. Kept alive by the Bulls green. Jared Cup picks it up for Macon. Rose on him. Kozarev takes it away from Cup. Behind the net, Cup nails Kozarev. Now it's loose behind the Macon net. Dumas has it. Glover checks him. Bulls keep it alive for the moment. Glover with the puck in the corner. Dumas on him. Glover backhands a puck in front looking for Gillespie off the mark. Birmingham try and keep it alive. That's Rose. Rose hit on the play by Macon. There's Green with a shot. Score! Deflects it in front. Up the shot from the point by Green. And if I'm not mistaken, Greg, that low shot deflected.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe that's Rose with a second of the night.
And that's what happened, Jody. Rose paid the price down low, made a great play, gave it to Gillespie. Gillespie up top. Right across over to Green, and Green fires it. Rose coming back through. I think it hit him in the skate and up over the shoulder of Birkin. What a redirection by Rose.
For a moment, I thought it went in off Green's stick and a Macon player, but Rose was cruising right there in front. We'll get the call in a moment. But Birmingham quickly regains the lead. Here's the call.
Scored by number 2, Carson.
Are they going to give it to Green?
His first goal as a Bull. The assist, number 17, Michael Gillespie, and number 74, Kyler Matthews. And first, Bulls.
Okay, that may be reviewed, but in the meantime, we're back to action. 2-1 the score. Macon with the puck sends it down into the Bull zone. This was no icing. Stewart leaves it for Brierly. Brierly gets away from Witherspoon, but takes the hit by Ibarra. Ibarra takes the puck away, curls away from Brierly into the near corner. Down low for Cohen. Witherspoon has it now. He'll backhand a pass down low for Ibarra. Brierly on him. There's a nice check by Gillespie on Cohen. Puck comes far side. Seth Benson back on the ice. Tries to chip it away. He gets it to Thurston. Now Brierly ahead for Gillespie, who just lifts it out. Look out, 2-on-1 if we can control this puck. Benson along with it, Tavish. Benson! No, that puck saved me, but it trickled just wide. Macon clears. Ishizuka has it. Ishizuka shot whistled wide. Puck comes near boards. Chipped away, but not out. Now that was lifted into the crowd by Macon. Are they going to rule that delay of game? It didn't hit anyone.
Yeah.
But it went into the offensive zone.
Yeah, I don't think that will qualify, Jody. Usually it's if you're in your defensive zone on your half of the ice, then they're saying that's like a play just to slow it down. But being that they were actually on the attack, I just think it was misfire.
Back to that last goal by Birmingham. If it stands, it'll be Green's first goal of the year. He's had a nice run. I mean, he's a newcomer to Birmingham. He's not been asked to do too much. Just play steady defensive hockey and play smart in his own end and chip in when he can, and he's done exactly that.
Well, and that's it, Jody. You look at how they scored that goal compared to what they were doing on the power play, and that's just as simple. They worked it low to high. You know, Rhodes started the whole play down low, winning that one-on-one battle. He kicks it to Gillespie, throws it up top across the green. and just a little harmless shot,
But it still was a shot.
Right.
And that's what we've been saying all along. Shoot the puck, ask forgiveness later.
Well, and that's why net front presence is so important there, Jody. And having that guy is Rose screaming through the slot there. You know, it's just something else to take the attention away from the shot coming from the defense. The goalie sees that guy coming through. You got Rose, you got a defender chasing him. And whether it hit Rose or the Macon player, I think there's definitely a redirection there.
I do too.
Birkin was moving to his left, and that
You
puck
saw
went
the
in.
puck fly up in
Right,
the air, and it
right.
was a low shot, so it was deflected by something or someone. I just assumed it was Rose that was cruising through the crease. Face off outside the Birmingham blue line in front of the Macon bench. Phil Ledzianko along with Goldowski. Goldowski loses it as Ledzianko gets it ahead. Taken away, though, by Jarrett Cupp. He'll drop it back for his defensive partner, and Macon clears into center ice. Ryan Romeo picks it up for the Bulls. Tried to fill it for Phil Ledzianko. Winslow takes him down. Puck does come into the Macon zone, though. Controlled by the Mayhem. Along the near corner, Higgins loses his stick. Puck played along the boards and out. Ishizuka has it. Chips it far side for Cupp. For Ishizuka, look out. Ledzianko had him lined up and lost the puck. Goldowski has it in front looking for Winslow. Nice play defensively, tipped away, and it comes to Kozarev. He lifts one high into center ice. Ledzianko tips it for his brother Phil. Couldn't get away from Goldowski. A nice defensive play by Jake Goldowski. Behind the net, Macon has it. Mastrangeli. Kozarev watching him right in the blue paint. Now Birkin wants him away. Kozarev is just hounding him, still in his face. I'll ask you about that in a minute. Here comes Macon into the Bull zone. Winslow tried to get it to Dumas, couldn't. Kozarev intercepts a centering pass, and he'll send it away for Matthews. Taken away by Macon, though. Now behind the play, there's Kozarev. That's for what he did in the goal crease. There's no doubt about that. Kozarev was getting the business. I believe that was from Ishizuka, who's still trying to get at him. Ishizuka wants Kozarev. Now two more players come in. One Bull on the far side. It's hard for us to see. It's Green, along with Zach Tyson, tying each other up. Now Genion
keep your eyes on Genion.
has a hold of Drake Glover. He's giving him a little jersey jab every now and then from the collar. Ishizuka, or that's Mastrangeli. I thought it was Ishizuka. He's going to go to the box after taking Kozarev out. There's no doubt that play was caused by Kozarev into that blue paint of Bailey Birkin.
Well, it is, and I know what you're going to ask me is what would I have done,
Yeah,
Jody?
I know what you would have done. That's why I want you to tell us.
Kozarev wouldn't have made it out of the blue paint there. But nonetheless, it's a bit of a weird situation because technically I don't think that Kozarev is supposed to do that because he is inhibiting Birkin.
Here's the call. Let's see.
Mastrangeli, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 4, Amadeo Mastrangeli, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty,
that's the only
7:07.
penalty call. Back to what you were saying, though, Kozarev's not supposed to be in that blue paint. It is impeding the goaltenders, but there was no shot. Macon had control of the puck.
Well, but that's the thing is Birkin, instead of trying to assume a goaltending position and going to his post or trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He just
I know.
stood there beside him, and that's, I think, what turned it into a non-call. But
I don't know if you remember Ken Linsman, but that's who that play reminded me of.
Called the rat.
Yep, for a reason. Kind of what Brad Marchand does today for the Bruins. Gets under your skin. I don't like that from Kozarev, but I'll take it. Birmingham on the second power play of the night, 0 for 1. Now look out to the side. Rose gets a slash there from Ibarra. Puck after the draw, cleared back into the Bulls zone. Birmingham's second power play of the night just underway. Brierley will skate ahead. Drops it back for Gillespie. Ahead to Rose. Brings it in. Gets past Favaro, a shot save made. Birkin goes down. Now Glover takes a two-hander. Now they're going after Glover. That's Ibarra and Glover going at it. This little how you do do-si-do, but I did see some rights and lefts flinging back and forth from Ibarra on to Drake Glover.
Well, I tell you what, Jody, in this second period, Macon definitely came out with a different kind of intensity than they did in the first period. You can call it bus legs or whatever you want, but they have definitely showed up in the second period, and the Bulls are right there to match it up. It's been a heck of a second period here with 12:31 to go.
Now, Ibarra is going to the bench. I guess no penalty was called. I thought for a minute he was told to go to the locker room. The Bulls' penalty box door is open, and I don't know why. I'm hoping, okay, good, they were shutting it. No penalties called, no harm done. That's hockey, right?
Absolutely.
All right, no problems with that. McTavish on the draw for the Bulls with 1:39 of power play time remaining. McTavish, Glover, Gillespie, Rose, and Brierly out on the penalty kill for Birmingham. Ginion out to kill the penalty along with Goldowski. On the draw, puck loose along the boards. Ginion digs at it, tries to get it free. It comes to the point for Brierly. Far side, Rose. Near side, Gillespie. Backhands a pass over for Brierly. Rose thought about it, curls back. Holding on to the puck. Brierly down low, tried to set it up, couldn't do it. McTavish back there tries to get it away. It comes to Brierly at the point. Gillespie cross ice, pass, Rose, a save made by Birkin. Puck comes free near side, Gillespie. Back to Brierly, down low. Glover, back to Gillespie. Birmingham maintaining possession. Gillespie at the face-off. Circle in front, looking for Rose, back door. Couldn't connect. Brierly with it. Gillespie, down low, Glover. In front, Brierly. Brierly shoots, save made, rebound loose, still loose. Backhander by McTavish, wide. Puck comes free near side, Gillespie. 40 seconds of power play time remaining for Birmingham. Brierly with it. Gillespie looks for a place to go, drops it back for Brierly. He takes a wrister, blocked in front, and I believe that hit McTavish, and Macon clear. Stewart well out of his net, plays the puck in this near faceoff circle. He'll leave it for Romeo with 20 seconds of power play time remaining for Birmingham. Romeo drops it back for Ledzianko. Look for a return pass, wasn't there, broken up by Macon, and they'll clear, and that'll just about do it for this power play as Stewart leaves it behind his net. That's 3-2-1, and Macon has killed the second power play Birmingham's had of the night. Birkin plays it for Cup, for Winslow. Errant pass picked up, though. Sosinski has it. Off the boards down the ice. This is going to be an icing called on Macon as Sosinski's pass gets past everyone. Face off back into the Macon zone. Greg, Birmingham had plenty of opportunities on that power play. A couple of good saves and just a block shot or two away.
They did, and, you know, they really set it up well. Macon did a great job. They just got down there, played a passive box, and gave Birmingham the passing lanes and that kind of stuff. But one guy, Jody, that I will single out on that power play for the Bulls is Brierly, because he had a couple of glorious shooting opportunities, and he just held off and double clutch because he wanted to give the puck to Rose. And I get that. You want to give it to your top goal scorer, but Brierly has a heck of a shot himself, so I'd like to see him tee that one up.
In front, look, was McTavish, couldn't get control of it, and he had Bailey Birkin down. There's a shot well wide into the near corner. Birmingham buzzing at the moment. Seth Benson plays it down low. Macon will try and chip it off the boards and out, and they do. Birmingham will bring it right back. That's Dorsey. Brings it in, not far side. In the corner, Dorsey with a shot stick save. Rebound loose, picked up by Macon, and they'll skate away. Nice play there by McTavish, ties up Dumas. Puck comes back into the Macon zone. Cup off the boards, ahead for Cohen. Romeo on him. Now your pass, that was Ibarra with a shot. That one may have had Stewart beat, but at a good angle, taken by Stewart, and Ibarra shot it wide.
And that was one of those plays, Jody. Ibarra came in off the bench, and the Bulls defense was sucked up to the left side, came in, puck came across, good little dump from right to left, and that left Ibarra all alone with Stewart, and he made a heck of a shot.
Yeah.
Just careened up off Stewart's glove, off the crossbar, and out of play. That was a close one.
All right, we're in our immediate timeout, second of the period. Goaltenders during this, they converse with each other. Now I'm going to ask you something. When you knew you were the backup and you were sitting on the bench, was that a nice night for you? Was that a relaxing night? Were you happy to have the night off? or were you wanting to get back out on the ice? Be honest now. I know there were nights you were glad to be sitting on the bench watching the game. There had to be.
Well, I think that it depends on where are you in your career, Jody. And I mean, there were some nights, like in my first couple years, where it was like every night I wanted to be in there every single game and just kept going. And hey, as long as you kept winning, you stayed in the net. And that's how I liked it. But then, you know, as you get older and, you know, the years catch up on you and there's younger guys who come in, and I had some great guys that I backed up over the years, but, you know, there are those times where you want to get in there and you want to face the pucks and everything like that. And I think going back to Kozarev and Birkin, I think that's why Birkin gave him the green light there, because you definitely don't want to have Skinner in there being a fresh addition to the team.
Yeah, I agree. They'll drop this one again in the Bulls zone. Witherspoon and Glover on the draw for each team. But again, they'll do it. That's the second time. They're going to toss Glover this time.
I mean, Glover just slapped the stick right before the ref dropped his puck, caught Witherspoon off guard there.
Rose comes into Glover's place. Puck drop, Rose wins. Matthews chips one out the boards and out. It bounced off Kozarev. They'll whistle this one dead. Now Ibarra getting the two-hander from Glover. He shot the puck after the whistle, I believe, at Green. Glover came in to say something to him, and Ibarra has taken exception to Birmingham since Kozarev was in Birkin's crease.
Well, Green is a big boy out there, Jody. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen a little more physicality out of him when it comes to guys grabbing a hold of him. So we'll see. But like I said, being a new face in the crowd and that kind of stuff.
Big right there. Winslow coming in now, undercut by Matthews. Another one caught him flushed, and that one stung. Matthews with a big undercut right hand right into the face, and you saw his head snap back, and he goes down, and he's gone. He's leaking.
He's leaking.
Tyler Matthews with the best fight of the year for Birmingham by far.
And I tell you what, Jody, hats off to Matthews there, because he knows that
you were just saying this.
He knows that he caught him with one, and it stunned him. And when guys are jerks, when they fight, they will keep going and they will pursue that beyond. But Matthews knew his partner was in trouble, and he just stopped and tied up. So
give a lot of respect to him for that. But Danny Winslow's a big boy.
Oh, absolutely.
And he and Kyler Matthews both are number 1 and number 2 as far as major penalties in this league go. They just added to it.
Well,
both get 5 for fighting, and we're still mouthing off here right at the blue line. The ref and the lines were trying to separate everyone. Mastrangelli has something to say to Green.
And that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, well, maybe that will cool everybody down.
It didn't.
Because
it fired them up.
Right, it did. So I don't think we're over in the fisticuffs department, Jody.
Well, we're having to take a break because, look, he was bleeding. Winslow was punched right in the nose, and it was bleeding everywhere, and they're scraping that up and cleaning it off. And that gave both teams a chance to go to their benches, which are right next to each other, so words were exchanged, looks were given to each other, and luckily nothing else happened.
Well, and you can call me old school or whatever you want, Jody, but I'll tell you what, if guys are going to square off like that, preferably, if you're going to drop your gloves, instead of pulling your helmet down over your face, over your nose, I've seen a lot of things go wrong where guys will get a solid punch and their nose is pressed up against their visor, and it just makes a mess of your face.
Well, that visor can cut you too.
That's what I mean. Just take the helmets off.
But if you take the helmets off, Greg, it's automatic.
I got it.
You're gone.
It's another penalty. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, I would rather go toe-to-toe with somebody without a visor, because to me, that's just a safety threat.
I agree with you, but in the rule book, it clearly states you take the helmet off, you're gone.
You're right.
So with 9:41 remaining here in the second period, they're still cleaning up the blood on the ice left by Danny Winslow. Birmingham out shooting Macon 29-16, up 2-1 in what is really a very, very, very entertaining hockey game, Greg.
Oh, yeah. Especially in the second period. It looked like Macon was a little timid in the first, and the Bulls definitely took it to them. But Macon has fired back here in the second, and it is just intensity all over the place. Even the one-on-one battles on the boards, everybody's getting after it, Jody, and this is
listen, I tip my hat to Macon. This is by far from the teams we've seen. This team has more fight in it than the last two Macon teams I've seen combined have.
Well, it's one of those things where even, as we talked about Genion earlier, right, it's a smart play for Macon to have somebody else step up and show that they can go out there and throw too, because, you know, from what I'm seeing tonight, Genion probably is their top D in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, tonight anyways. On other nights,
and he's a tough guy at that.
But that's what I mean.
But I question, when I say tough guy, let me rephrase that, okay? Genion's a big guy.
Yep.
To take little Nikita Kozyrev out is not a tough guy move. And that's what got under the skin of the Birmingham Bulls, and they've not forgotten it since that night in Macon that you discussed.
Absolutely. But if I'm coaching Macon, I don't want to lose Genion for 10 minutes a game for him having two fights. So that's what I'm saying, where somebody else is stepping up and handling business, because you want to keep him on the ice.
All right, we're about to get underway, I hope. The ice has been cleared and cleaned up. 5 players for each team are on the ice. We'll have a face-off at center ice with 9:41 to go.
Who's next, Jody?
I don't know. That's a great question. You may see Drake Glover involved in something. They've been all over him lately. Face-off drop, controlled by Macon. They'll send it back into the Bull zone. Stewart for Thurston. Dangerous pass by Thurston, intercepted by Tyson. He was right in the slot too. Thurston makes up for it and takes him down. Birmingham takes the puck away and chipped it to center ice. Rose tries to get away. Now the linesman goes down as Favaro. There's a shot in front. Brierly saved. Rebound. Brierly again. His shot goes wide. Favaro took the linesman out and caused Birmingham to have the puck deep in the zone. Now Kozyrev through the slot. Had it poke checked away from him. And Favaro will pick it up for Macon. What an interesting 30 seconds that was in the Macon zone.
Well, it was Rose coming through the neutral zone with speed, and Favaro was trying to hit him, and Rose did a nice little one-handed dipsy move and jumped from the inside on the boards. Favaro came straight across and hammered the linesman standing there. Unbelievable.
Back in the Macon zone it goes. Not going to be an icing. McTavish catches up with it first. He's hit by Allison. Olnick can't get it back at the point, and Macon's clears back into the Bull zone. Romeo gets it ahead for Phil Edzianko. I don't know what kind of pass that was, but he lost it. Nope. And Macon's Abbott sends it right back in the Bull zone. Don't get too fancy.
Yep.
Just connect on your passes.
No backhanders in hockey.
Exactly.
Jody.
Now back into the Macon zone. It's played. Going back to get it is Genion. And he'll touch up with it. Icing is called. You know, the Ledziankos, there's no doubt. I've talked about them ad nauseum, how talented they are. But sometimes you just want to grab them and say, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Well, I think it's one of those things, Jody, where that's the European style coming out in them. And you know, overseas, the rink of the international ice, it is a bigger surface, right? And it leaves a lot more of those passing lanes to be open, where down here in these smaller rinks, they're just not there. There's always bodies and sticks in the way.
Face off to the left of Hayden Stewart. Controlled by Macon. Mastrangeli with a slap shot, never made it through. Seth Benson blocks it and comes back to center ice. Genion puts it right back in. Going to get it first is Dorsey. He'll send it near side for Romeo. Takes a hit, but connects with Benson in Birmingham. Benson has it at center ice. Now, big hit there by Phil Edzianko on Witherspoon. He saw Witherspoon coming. He just stiffened up, and Witherspoon's the one that went down. Now, another hit by Edzianko, but skating away Macon through center ice. That's Cohen. 2 Bulls back defensively. Gets away from Green. Drop pass back, intercepted by Phil Edzianko. He backhands one right in on Birkin, who goes down and covers it with his belly instead of his glove. Now, here we go. Here we go behind the play. That was Cohen. He took down Ledzianko. Kip, that is, and Kip didn't like it. He came right back at Cohen, who stood up and said, okay, let's go. Nothing will come of it, but again, this game is really fun, Greg. This is my kind of hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Cohen looks like he's going to the penalty box.
end-to-end action and something to
Roughness.
watch every whistle,
Yeah.
Jody. But, yeah, you mentioned the backhander was Ledzienko for the Bulls in the neutral zone. And the same thing with Cohen here, right? He comes across the line. He cuts to the outside. He's got an opportunity to shoot.
Roughing's the call on Cohen.
But instead, he keeps cutting to the outside and comes with a backhander to the middle, right to the Bulls' defense, and they carry it out of the zone. Backhanders. The only time you take a backhander, Jody, is if you're on a breakaway or a penalty shot.
Third power play of the night for Birmingham. 0 for 2 coming into this one. McTavish on the draw for Birmingham to the left of Bailey Birkin, who's faced 30 shots on goal from Birmingham when we still have 7:24 to go in the second. Brierly has it. He'll send it far side. Rose off the boards for Gillespie down low. Up back to Brierly. Gillespie down low. Glover in front for McTavish. Loose puck. Birmingham couldn't get the shot off, and Macon clears.
That's a good look by Birmingham coming in, pulling Birkin out, throwing it down to the goal line, trying to get it out front, but Macon did a good job tying up McTavish here in the slot.
Brierly jots it back for Gillespie, who gives it to Rose. Brings it into the Macon zone for Glover. Gillespie now has it for Brierly down low. Glover looks for a place to go in front, knocked away from him on a nice defensive play, but it comes to Gillespie. Near face-off circle, back for Brierly. Soar! Taylor Brierly takes Greg's advice and just shoots the puck when he had the chance. I don't know if it was deflected in front, but a low shot. I believe Brierly's going to get this one, Greg.
I think so, too. And that's what I talked about, Jody. When the Bulls do it and then pass the puck through those lanes into the middle, Birkin's not expecting the shot from up top. He's expecting it to go down to Rose or Gillespie. So, excellent shot selection by Brierly. He pushed it, ripped it low, and right in the net, and the Bulls go up 3-1.
Power play goal by Brierly. That's Brierly's first goal of the year. He's the best defenseman in this league, to me, by far. Here's the call.
Scored by number 6, Taylor Brierly! His first goal this season. The assist, number 17, Michael Gillespie, and number 19, Drake Glover.
So Glover and Gillespie on the power play goal, or assist that is, on the power play goal by Brierly. Puck loose in the Macon zone. Cup gets it out. Head for Tyson, who stood up by Romeo. Romeo goes down, having a word with Tyson. Romeo laughing at him, watching him. This is going to get rough, Greg, as Higgins tips it back into the zone. Higgins stood up by Aromatario. Far side. There's a big hit on Tyson, but the Birmingham Bulls get the worst of that one. Down on the play, it looks like Thurston is holding his shoulder.
Yep.
His left shoulder. He'll come to the bench. Dorsey on for him. We'll keep an eye on Thurston. That's the last player I want to see lost. Been playing very well defensively for Birmingham.
Thurston came right over the top.
Yeah.
And Macon defender just ducked underneath it, and Thurston went out, and I hope that his shoulder.
He was grabbing it immediately. In front! That puck was a save made, but it trickled behind the net. Macon struggling to get control of this puck in their own zone. Now behind the play, Gillespie being mauled back there. Now McTavish comes in and says no. He goes after. That's Ibarra. McTavish and Ibarra. Ibarra gets the right in. Now McTavish gets the left. They're just wrestling right now, and they go down to the ground. Now on the side, Dorsey and Cohen comes in. Now it's Olnick that comes in as well with him. Watch out, we could have a situation here, Greg. Dorsey takes his man down. Olnick along with Witherspoon.
Look at him
now. Now Witherspoon and Dorsey going after each other. Dorsey gets the right hand in. Tyson's coming off for Macon. He's hurt.
Now we got a hockey game.
Now we got a 1980 style hockey game. This is right up Chernesky's alley. I love it. Holy cow, I love it.
Flyers versus Bruins. Here we go.
This reminds you of the old black and blue division. Detroit, Toronto, Chicago, St. Louis.
Well, it was one of those things, too. McTavish started off right off the hop, Jody. But you see what happens when Gillespie gets hit.
Yeah. And I don't care what happens. That's all I wanted to see, going after his aid. And you can't allow people to hit your guys. You just can't allow them to take your skill players out. Now, the problem with this, Greg, is Dorsey's now in the locker room. Thurston's on the bench hurt. We're down to 4 defensemen.
Right.
And that we've got to do that for 25 minutes. I don't know how long Dorsey's going to be out. I have a feeling it's going to be for the game.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here because they definitely.
And Matthews is in the box. Now we're down to 3D. That means McTavish is going to drop back and play defense for Birmingham.
Well, no, he can't because he started off the fighting,
You're right.
so he's gone too.
Oh, boy. Now, this is what the coach's nightmare is all about. You're down to 3 defensemen if you're Birmingham. You're down to Brierly, Romeo, and who else am I missing? Brierly, Romeo, and who?
Green?
Yes, Green. Now, Ibarra goes to the penalty box. 2 Bulls are in the box. Matthews, and I believe you're right, McTavish.
Well, looking at the Bulls front lineup, Jody, if I had to, on the fly, pull a 4th D out of everybody remaining, I think I might go with somebody like Seth Benson. He's a big body. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of reach, good passer. Maybe they'll work him a shift in back there. Give him a look.
We're waiting. It's going to be a while, I believe, but with Dorsey all the way to the penalty box, or all the way to the locker room, you know he's gone. He's going to get. Here's my prediction: Dorsey's going to get a 5-minute major
and a 10
and a game misconduct. The guy who was tangled is not going to get anything. Macon's going to get a 5-minute major power play out of this, and to be honest with you, that's what I expect.
Well, he was starting, you know, with Dorsey, it's like everybody wanted to fight in the neutral zone, and then as soon as Dorsey got over there, now all of a sudden everybody wanted to stop. And I was like, okay, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Well, it may have worked if they get a 5-minute major out of this, a power play.
It did, but from what I saw over there on the far side, if the referee caught that, Dorsey, you won't see him for the rest of the night.
More concerning to me is the amount of Bulls defensemen we have left to go the rest of the game. That's very concerning in a 3-1 hockey game.
Well, on the flip side of that, Jody, you know what that means? That means we get more Brierly and more Romeo. So not necessarily.
Well, they can't take any penalties, and they definitely can't get mixed up in anything now.
Right. Oh, the good news is Thurston's back out there, so that's 4.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I thought he was done the way he was holding his shoulder, Greg.
Sometimes with those, Jody, you get back to the bench, you just got to have the trainer push it back in place, and once it pops back in, you're all right.
That sounds awful, Greg. Awful. Now, the referee, Derek Calise, is explaining something to the Macon bench. He skates back to his linesman. Looking at the penalty box, I don't know if he's wanting to put someone else in there or if they're wondering if Birmingham sent the right players to the penalty box.
Well,
now he's going over there to address it.
That's one of those things where if you're a referee, Jody, that's when you want to have your notepad out. You just turn and you can start writing down numbers and what's going on. But, yeah, there was a lot going on there right from the beginning.
After spending a week in Charlotte at the league office and seeing what happens when you have game and 10-minute misconduct and play like this, I can assure you that Doug Price is going to have a long night and a longer day tomorrow because of this hockey game. I assure you he will.
I get you, but
hey, this is, if we could have a game like this every night, I'd do this for free. This is, I love this. This is my kind of hockey.
Absolutely.
2 tough hockey teams, 2 good hockey teams, 2 well goaltended hockey teams, 2 well coached hockey teams. What else can you ask for?
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where even a guy like Carson Rose, you know what I mean? He's the top goal scorer in the league, I believe. And he's been off for, what, a week and a half?
Yeah.
Out of the lineup. But
Carson Rose has been out 3 weeks, Greg.
That's what I'm saying for him. Even off that draw that he took down there in the corner. He takes the draw, wins it back to the D. And, Jody, he took off like a bat out of hell.
Here's the call.
Mateo Ibarra, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 13, Mateo Ibarra, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 21, Alex Cohen, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Number 21, Alex Cohen, 5 minutes for fighting
First game back, he gets tossed.
and a game misconduct. Birmingham penalties. Number 18, Troy McTavish, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 18, Troy McTavish, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 44, Jamie Dorsey, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct.
Knew he was gone.
Number 44, Jamie Dorsey, 5 minutes for
So we're
fighting
washing
and
out
a
the
game
penalties.
misconduct. Time of the penalty.
All right. So both teams get 4 fighting major, or 2 fighting majors apiece, and game misconduct apiece. Dorsey's gone, and Cohen's gone. I'll be 100% honest with you, Greg. I did not see what Cohen did to warrant that, but if no one's arguing about it, it has to be warranted.
Well, I think Cohen was the one that started everything over there.
Against the penalty box?
Yeah. Which is odd because, you know.
Yes, you're right. He did that. He was kind of a third guy into the melee.
Right. And that, they call it the fight continuation or whatever they call that now.
Well,
So.
it'll be up to Doug Price to call
Right.
that one. Okay, 5-on-5 hockey. 5 minutes to go here in this second period. It's been the best period I've seen in 2.5 years here, folks. I love every second of it so far. In the corner, Brierly chips it behind his own net. Tyson, though, catches up with it first. Back for Cup, who fights to keep it in and does. Ishizuka has it, far corner. No place to go. Thurston ties him up. Played along the boards. Macon has it. Goldowski has Ishizuka in front. Couldn't get him the puck. And Glover turns and gets it out. Kozarev giving chase. Favaro back. Birmingham 2-on-1. Kozarev drops it back. Save made. Rebound loose in the slot. Cleared by Macon. Far side, Goldowski. Thurston will have to get back on him. Avoids the check. Goldowski with a shot save made by Stewart. He squeezes it under his right arm and his chest, and a face-off will come in the Bulls zone.
And that is a big save there, Jody. And Hayden Stewart is back, because I know we were talking about it that game in Knoxville, some of those pucks that the rebound just got away from him, and I said, you know what? That's not the Hayden Stewart that we know and love. He's just a little bit off, but coming back here tonight, that save right there, especially with him making forward, cutting through the slot, just waiting for that puck to hit the ice.
Yeah.
Stewart made a great save and held it right there in his armpit. No rebound whatsoever.
And don't forget, in the first period, you and I discussed this a little bit. Macon had a chance to come in on Stewart. A shot was never taken, but that puck careened off the Macon's play. I can't remember who it was. Right in on his left skate, and he kicked it out. That was a big save as well. If that one goes in, we're at a totally different hockey game here.
Oh, I guarantee you. And even at the start of the second period, the two best scoring opportunities by Macon with guys all alone, one-on-one in the slot after only having 5 or 6 shots in the first period. That's tough for a goalie, Jody, because you stand there, you're getting in a rhythm and seeing a shot every so often, but you know, hats off to Hayden Stewart right now, because he's standing there tall for the Bulls right now when they need him.
The Ledziancos are out, along with Green and Thurston, I believe, on defense. Their backs or their sides are to us. We can't really see right now from where we're located.
And here you go. So now you're going to see a little bit more of Dumas. 19, we'll see what he can do, because they just tossed Cohen and, you know, 2 of their top starting 6.
So the Ledziancos are out with Benson on the wing. Face-off controlled by Macon. That's Mastrangeli. Shifts it behind the net. Romeo intercepts. Gets it ahead for Benson. Taken away. There's a shot by Abbott. Easily sticked aside by Stewart. Along the near boards played. Ledzianko tries to get it ahead. Does to Green. Backhands a pass over. Here comes Benson. Gets around Mastrangeli. No, he doesn't. Mastrangeli, nice play, ties him up. Loose puck behind the Macon net. Mayhem come out with it. Kept in nicely by Kip Ledzianko. Played by Dumas. He's tied up for Mastrangeli. Nice hit by Kip Ledzianko. Through center ice. Loose puck picked up by Witherspoon. Green back defensively with Romeo. Witherspoon has it along the far boards. Turns away from Ledzianko, and Romeo intercepts his pass. Can't get it out. Finds the stick of Green. Green can't control it. Romeo with it. Backhands, or sends one behind the net for Green. Up ice for Ledzianko. He sends it into the near corner. Genion out. He'll take a hit from Higgins, or actually avoids it. And it's chipped to center ice. Thurston plays it into the near corner. That was Olnick, I apologize, in the near corner. Ishizuka takes the hit. Birmingham picks the loose puck up. 2:50 to go here in the second period. Two Macon players, Goldowski ran into his own player. I believe that was Tyson, yes.
Yep.
Off the stick of Olnick, comes into the Macon zone, no icing. Macon plays it. That's Favaro, watched by Kozarev. Birmingham doing a really excellent job of offensive forechecking in the zone all game long and keeps that puck alive down low. That's Kozarev with it, drops it for Brierly. Brierly cuts behind the net. Backhands one through the crease. Birmingham couldn't get a stick on the puck, and Macon clears. This one was a Macon clear into the bench. Kozarev wanting a delay of game penalty. He's not going to get it.
Wow. Anytime a puck is cleared, Jody, and it clears anywhere where the glass isn't pressed up in its closest points to the ice, and that would include both benches, you can't get a delay of game shooting it into the bench, even if it goes higher than the glass behind the bench.
All right, face-off will be just outside the Macon blue line. The linesman and referee Derek Calise having a conference at center ice. I guess they're saying, please, let's get out of this period.
Right.
Phil Ledzianko and Dumas on the draw. Ledzianko controls for Birmingham. Green will send it deep off the blocker of Birkin. Played along the far boards. Loose puck comes to Green. He'll send it near side for Matthews. He just chips it in deep. Matthews takes a hit from Susinski, and the puck is played by Dumas behind his net along the far boards for Winslow. Benson gets in the way of his clearing pass. Phil Ledzianko back for Matthews. Matthews sends one in front looking for a deflection. Rebound was there. Just a bad shot. Now it's taken by Cup, and he'll skate away. That was Kip Ledzianko. Just a bouncing puck. He couldn't get the shot off. Open net to shoot at. Cup with it. Off the boards. Gets away from Macon right to Corson Green. Olnick tips it in. Takes the hit from Cup. Now Higgins takes out his man. Romatario and Higgins fighting for it. Comes for Gillespie, a shot, shoulder save made by Birkin. Now Romeo with the puck. We're down to a minute 12 to go. Thurston sends it far side for Gillespie. Cuts behind Birkin. Has control of the puck. Winslow on him, takes it away. He'll send it far side. Goldowski has it. A minute to go here in the second period. He gives it to Cup, the captain of Mayhem, behind his own net. For Romatario. Long head manning pass connecting with Witherspoon. Three Bulls back. He drops it back into the neutral zone. Look out, here comes Carson Rose. Carson Rose, a shot. That one just goes far side, wide and high and out of play. Rose had that beat on that upper or that far right post, Greg.
I tell you what, Jody, what a play by Higgins down there behind the net with
Romatario
all over him, hold him up against the glass, and Higgins, one hand on his stick, pulls the puck and careens the puck back to I think it was Gillespie who got a great shot off in the slot, hit Birkin in the shoulder, and the Bulls are just on fire right now.
But it's still just a 2-goal deficit.
I understand. Worst lead in hockey.
It is the most dangerous lead in hockey by far. Now Macon once again clears it into the Bulls bench. We'll come back for another face-off with 34 seconds remaining here in the best period I've seen since I've been doing this with you for almost 3 years. I've enjoyed this period immensely.
Absolutely. Because every guy, Jody, is giving everything that they have right now, and that's what we talk about. You talk about Bulls hockey, hey, and even Macon for
both teams, Greg.
Both teams. Every guy on the ice is giving it every shift, every time the ref drops the puck.
Thurston after the one controlled by Birmingham. Rose shot goes high over the net. It comes right back to Birkin. Now a wrap around by Kozarev. Never made it through. Birmingham's Rose keeps it alive for the moment. And Macon finally clears. Birmingham an excellent scoring opportunity once again, just could not convert. Now a loose puck at the Macon blue line, picked up by the Mayhem. Winslow has it, and he sends it deep into the Bull zone with less than 10 seconds to go. Stewart will wrap it around the far boards. Ledzianko tries to get it out, still loose, and the horn goes, and that'll do it, folks. As the fans really are giving it to him. What a period of hockey that was. Just unbelievable. If you're listening and you didn't hear, or if you're watching and you didn't see that second period, I implore you to go back and rewind it, because that was a very, very good, entertaining, very well played hockey game by both teams. The intensity is there. The hitting is there. The physicality and the fighting is there. The goal scoring, the skating, the passing, the goaltending. I can't even begin to tell you how entertaining of a period that was. That's the best period I've seen in this building since I've been doing this.
How about Birkin?
Yeah.
Sitting there, 40 shots the Bulls have thrown at him here in just the first 2 periods alone. And folks, usually 38 to 40 shots is a 3-period total.
Exactly.
But the Bulls have thrown everything at him but the kitchen sink, and I'm telling you, I don't know how many open nets the Bulls had down there. They were shooting, pucks are going off the post, hitting Birkin in the shoulder, rolling up over top of the net. I mean, it is just exciting hockey, but Birkin is building a wall down there, because if anybody else is in that tonight, Jody, and they're having a mediocre night, it could be
it's 8-1 right now.
Easy out. I'm there.
And don't forget, the Macon goal that was scored wasn't a fluke. It was an excellent play. But let's be honest, it didn't come from the front of the net. It came from the side and off the back of Hayden Stewart. It counted.
It did.
And it's a 3-1 hockey game, but you're right. 40-17, Birmingham out shooting Macon. And even though Macon has only had 17 shots through 2 periods, I'm sorry, I think they played a heck of a game so far.
Well, you got to take that in, and that's got to be your mantra down in the locker room. And for the Bulls, it's the same thing, right? In the Bulls locker room, you're just saying, hey, guys, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna. It's like you're breaking down the ice wall. They got a couple in there now. They got a little hole to work with, but they got to keep throwing the pucks at the net. And if you're Macon, you're saying just the opposite thing is, hey, this guy's held us in there. We're in a 3-1 hockey game, and boys, we're close.
Let me ask you a question, Greg. Dorsey's been tossed out on a game misconduct, right?
Yep.
In my opinion, if the game were to end right now and somebody were to ask me, Jody, who are your 3 stars of the game? He's got to be one of them.
Oh, yeah.
He's got an assist. He's played well defensively. He's played physical, and he's dropped the glove not once, twice. Can you give a guy a star of the game that's been kicked out?
I think so, sure.
But he's lost his skates. He can't skate on the ice. I don't know. This is for somebody else to worry about, but I'm telling you, I've had my, I don't know how to explain this. Matt Dorsey and I see a lot of potential there that I haven't seen. Well, I realized potential until tonight. I've seen it tonight.
And that's what I'm saying. Tonight, coming back, and granted I missed the last game. You know, we were in Ole Miss, but Dorsey, to me, looks like the Dorsey, the guy that we brought in here.
That we were expecting.
I was expecting to see from the start of the season, because Jody, he's getting the puck, he's skating through the neutral zone, he's got speed, he's making good decisions.
He's punishing people for coming into his zone.
Absolutely.
Which is all I ever wanted.
That's what we wanted.
What a game he's played. I'm sorry if, at the very least, you got to give him a 3rd star. I don't care if he walks out on the ice in sneakers.
Right.
Either way, Birmingham up 3-1, and I know I'm going on and on, but now I'm fired up.
Yep. That's what happens when you see excellent hockey like that. It's like, that hits us right in the passion mark, Jody.
Wow, what a hockey game this has been so far, and we still got 20 minutes to go. I can't wait. All right, we're going to take a break. I needed hot tea or something, or hot cocoa to calm my throat down, and I know we need to go to the potty as well. I'll let you man the controls here while I'm gone, and then I'll do it for you when I get back. How's that?
Rock and roll.
All right, after 2 periods of play, Jody Chernesky and Greg Drevany here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Birmingham 3, Macon 1. You're listening and watching Birmingham Bulls hockey.
On the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right. Going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. House, Bulls country, rulers of the Harbor Valley. House, Bulls country. so bright. We fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Harbor Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Harbor Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter, and you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no-breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur. Services.com. Alabama license number 15214.
Yell at a tool?
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Light. We may not all agree on the best game day food, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
It's the classic dilemma at Whataburger. You pick up your patty melt with 2 fresh all-beef patties, melted Monterey Jack cheese, grilled onions, and creamy pepper sauce, and just when you're about to dig into Whataburger's take on this all-time classic, someone utters the dreaded words.
Can I have a bite?
Should you? Shouldn't you? Maybe you just take a big bite so you don't have to answer. Good thing that dilemma's over. Good thing there's the patty melt at Whataburger.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter, and you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no-breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur. Services.com. Alabama license number 15214.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk.
Jody Chernesky and Greg Dreveny back at the Pelham Civic Complex, where the Birmingham Bulls leading the visiting Macon Mayhem by a score of 3-1 as we get set for our final and third period of play, possibly our final period of play. We'll see. With that said, Macon got on the board first in the second period, right after a power play, Greg, on the goal by Nick Favero off the back of Hayden Stewart, just seconds after that two-man advantage, or that power play, a 4-minute advantage for Macon expired. Birmingham answered back on goals by Corson Green at 4:15, and at 13:26, Taylor Brierly. Green and Brierly picking up their first goals of the season. Now, I have a little house cleaning to do. I made a couple of errors in the second period. First of all, my granddaughter Charlotte and Carter are both enthralled watching this game at home. My granddaughter and grandson, that is, Carter and Charlotte. They're not here tonight for the first time in a long time, and they're actually watching everything. My granddaughter's upset because I said she was 5, she's 6. So I'm sorry about that. She's the one I was talking about wanting to marry Ryan Romeo. She's 6 and she's watching. Sorry about that, baby. Either way, what a hockey game this has been. What a hockey game.
We got another one here, Jody, too. T.A. Len on the chat. He's reminding you it's Jamie Dorsey, not Matt.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. It gets away from me at times, folks. Look, I'm not 25. I apologize, but thank you for reminding me it is Jamie, not Matt. What a heck of a period he had, though.
Yep.
All right, we're about set for this our third period. Birmingham will send out Ledzianko twins along with Michael Gillespie. That's an interesting combination.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here. You got two guys who can move the puck around and Gillespie who can finish. Maybe a good combination for the Bulls.
Have we seen the Ledziankos with Rose on the ice at the same time?
No, we haven't. That'd be interesting to see, too.
Rose is not shy about shooting the puck.
Well, tonight he's not shy about doing anything, Jody.
No, it's just been an all-around unbelievable effort by everyone. All right, here we go. Let's see what the third period has for us after that second period was incredible. Brierly, cross-ice pass, gets into the Macon zone, sent right back out by the Mayhem. Bill Ledzianko turns it right back in. His brother Kip giving chase. Birkin plays it himself, but not out. Now Kip Ledzianko goes down with a high stick. That's Ishizuka, and he went down hard. Kip Ledzianko.
No, I think it's going to be Genyon.
I thought it was Ishizuka. It is Genyon.
Yep.
And he's barking at he's barking at Khalid, the referee.
Yep.
I don't know if he's going to get 2 or 4, but he's gone. And that'll be Birmingham's 4th power play of the night. Here's the call.
Brad Ginion, 2 minutes for high sticking. Number 23, Brad Ginion, 2 minutes for...
So 21 seconds into the third period, Birmingham will go on their 4th power play of the night. We're 1 for 3 thus far.
Hey, that's a tough one for Genyon to take there. He came in, he was trying to lift the stick, but nonetheless.
It got him. It clipped him hard.
Yep, it did.
Macon off the draw, clears one down the length of the ice. Stewart plays it around the near side as Ibarra was all over him. Birmingham's Brierly drops it back for Gillespie to Rose. Off of Rose's stick, McTavish tips it in deep. Easily cleared through center ice by Macon. Brierly curls away from Ibarra. Got his stick up on Brierly. Brierly with the puck.
Look out.
Going to get outside the zone, and Rose has to come back and pick it up for Birmingham. Gillespie now has it. He'll bring it in himself. Cross-ice pass for Glover. Near side, Carson Rose. Off of Glover's stick. He gloves it and drops it, but cuts all over him. Puck loose in that far corner and comes back behind the net. Ishizuka has it. He's tied up by Rose. They'll try and dig it free. Now 5 players come in. It finally squirts free for Romeo. Cross-ice pass Gillespie. Slap shot. Never made it through. It hits somebody in front, bounces high in the air in the slot. The whistle blew. I think it hit something in the rafters.
Up off the ceiling, that's right.
So the whistle blew. This is not a huge building here, Greg. The ceiling is low. The sound that you hear on TV and on YouTube is not pumped in sound. It's loud in a small building.
Well, and that was a shot there, Jody. Hit Kareem straight up into a bunch of bodies, went all the way up to the top of the roof. Everybody was stuck for a second looking around trying to figure out what was going on. The puck dropped back down. The ref blew it dead.
53 seconds of power play time remaining for Birmingham. Kozarev almost lost it, gets it down deep. Now tried to set it up for Ledzianko, didn't work. Back at the point for Romeo. Far side Kozarev for Kip Ledzianko, back to Romeo. Kip Ledzianko's shot was blocked by Parker Allison. Ledzianko, Phil that is, has it. Down low, it's played for his brother Kip. Curls out. Return for Phil in front. Nice idea, just didn't work. Now it's kicked back to Romeo, just inside the blue line. Backhand pass over for Kip Ledzianko. One too many passes.
Yep.
Kozarev can't control it. Winslow there. Kozarev will kick it back. We're down to 10 seconds of power play time remaining. Kip Ledzianko has it. Gives it to his brother. 2 seconds. 1. Romeo takes a shot. Score! Romeo with the goal.
Yep.
Phil Ledzianko pointing at him, but I don't know. Maybe it was Kip that tipped it in.
Well, Ledzianko was right there, Jody, taking away Birkin's eyes, and that's why those shots from up top are so deadly when there's traffic in front. So hard to pick up from a goalie, especially when those shots are knee-high or lower. Really hard for a goalie to pick up on.
2:23 the time of that goal. It is not a power play goal. It's an even strength goal. We'll check the replay here to see if it was tipped. It's hard to see. Kip Ledzianko pointed back to Romeo. I don't know. We're back to play. We'll let the goal call coming in a minute. Behind the Birmingham net, Witherspoon had it, lost it, picked up by Macon. A nice turnaround shot goes wide, and look out, here comes Seth Benson. Benson with the puck, far side. Can't get the shot off. Cup tied him up nicely. Comes free to McTavish. Drops it for Green. Thought about walking in front. He'll cut behind the net. Poke checked away from him. Benson taps it back to Green. Here's the call.
Scored by number 91, Kip Ledzianko, his third goal of the season. The assist, number 23, Phil Ledzianko, and number 9, Ryan
Romeo and Phil Ledzianko on the assist. Kip gets another goal as Stewart covers it up. Kip Ledzianko with his third goal of the season and third in 2 nights.
Nonetheless, it's points for everybody, Jody.
Yeah.
And, you know, would that have been, what goal would that have been for Romeo?
Romeo hasn't scored a goal on the year as of yet. That would have been his first. He's another defense. The Bulls' defense has played wonderful tonight. Romeo, we've talked about Dorsey. We could talk about Brierley all night long. We could talk about, anybody. Green's had a strong green. Now Gillespie chops it out. Back into the Macon zone. Kip Ledzianko, the whistle blows for icing. He would have touched that up first, Greg.
Well, they race back to the hash marks there, and I guess tie goes to the defending team, Jody, because they were both right there. Great effort by Ledzianko there. Nonetheless, icing
Isn't it amazing what goal scoring can do for your energy?
Oh, yeah.
These kids were squeezing their sticks so hard 2 weeks ago, sawdust was on the ice. And now they're fluid like a river.
Sawdust, carbon fiber,
whatever it is nowadays.
That's right.
Face off to the left of Hayden Stewart, who's had a great game himself. I don't want them to ask. I don't want to choose stars tonight. All right, here we go. 2-on-1. There's Gillespie along with Kip Ledzianko in front for Gillespie. Save made. Rebound loose. What a save made by Birkin. Now Phil Ledzianko drops it back for Matthews. Return to Ledzianko in front. Chipped away from him as they anticipated that backhand pass to his brother, Greg.
We might have to get Birkin a star.
43 shots on goal for the Birmingham Bulls, only 19 for Macon. Yet, how do you keep a star away from... I'm going to worry about the hockey game first. It's a 4-1 hockey game. I feel better with a 3-goal lead versus a 2-goal lead, but this is far from over.
We might just have to give the 3 stars to Kerr, Simchuk, and Ray Pack tonight, Jody.
Off the draw, Macon controls. They'll just lift it out. Green, a good job to keep it in for the moment, but Dumas takes it away. Sets it up far side. That's Ibarra. Takes a hit from Rose, and Birmingham gets the puck away. Ibar's still down. Now Kozarev tips it away from the defensive Allison. Kozarev score! Oh, what a play! Nikita Kozarev just picked Parker Allison's pocket, walked in and lofted a backhand over Birkin, and it's 5-1 Bulls.
Unbelievable play there by Kozarev. And you talk about tenacity and sticking with a play, Jody. He got through two Macon defenders, Allison being one of them. Stick. He pulls it, fakes backhand, comes to his forehand, and just lifts it over Birkin. What a goal.
Here's the call.
His fourth goal of the season, the assist, number 9, Ryan Romeo, and first Bulls goal scored.
Okay, if things keep up, this guy gets 1 star.
Nikita Kozarev.
All right, I see an empty net. They're going to change goaltenders. Their newly acquired goaltender they picked up off waivers from Huntsville, Dyson Skinner. He's had 2 years pro hockey experience, but 0 minutes. This is his first time to play pro hockey in the Southern Professional Hockey League. We'll talk about his Fed League stats next stoppage. Off the draw, shipped back into the Macon zone. Genion will pick it up. Birmingham up 5-1. Backhanded out, picked up by Thurston. Off the skate of McTavish, right back to Thurston. He'll send it near side for Taylor Brierly. Brierly gets it ahead. Chipped in, that's McTavish. McTavish has Benson in front, couldn't get him the puck. A nice play by Mastrangelli, broke that pass up. It's played behind the net, and here comes Ishizuka with the puck. Ishizuka to Zach Tyson. Behind the net, Thurston catches it first. He can get it to Brierly. Favaro intercepts. His pass is intercepted and tipped out. Brierly will play it as Macon changes on the fly. Brierly skates up into center ice. Gains the blue line. Brings it deep. In front off the goaltender, Skinner, that is. Save is made, and Macon clears. Romeo with it. Intercepted by Macon. They send it right back in where Romeo takes it. Doom is forechecking him. Romeo goes down, but still strong enough to lift it. This one may be a delay of game penalty as Romeo lifted out of play, but maybe it was deflected by the Macon Mayhem.
Be interesting to see here as we go into this media timeout. But
I believe they're going to get a penalty on Romeo. It went into the stands. So Romeo is going to go off, giving Macon another power play. Their third of the night. Romeo will be sent off for delay of game. I had hoped it had deflected off a Macon player, but it did not.
Back to Birkin, Jody. I don't think him getting pulled has anything to do with how he played.
Absolutely not.
Every one of those 5 goals was a great goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he faced 44 shots, and there's still 14 and a half minutes to go in the game.
Do they play tomorrow night?
Macon is, yes, they do play tomorrow night.
Well,
Macon is at home against the number 1 team in the league, Fayetteville.
So I think that's why you see Birkin being out of the net, because honestly, he's seen enough shots tonight for 2 games. So they take him out, they give him a rest, and you want to throw Skinner in there just to
see what he's got?
Yeah, see what the kid can do.
I said I would talk about his Fed League stats, and I didn't. We'll try that next stoppage. Off the draw in the Bull zone, controlled by Macon. They're not stopping. Ibarra kicks it behind the net. Thurston takes it, clears the length of the ice.
Yep.
Skinner out of his net. Sends one near side for Romatario. He's watched by Rose. He drops it back. Here comes Favaro. Can't get past the Bulls' defense. Birmingham can't clear. Romatario at the blue line. Back to Romatario. Far side, there's a shot by Favaro, blocked in front and sent back to neutral ice.
Good job by Thurston getting in that shooting lane there on the power play, blocking it up with the shin pads. 2-on-1.
Witherspoon almost had a backhand, and he had Ibarra cutting in front, couldn't get him the puck. Far side, Romatario. Matthews catches up with it first for Birmingham. Loose behind the net. Thurston ties his man up. Higgins comes in as well. Kicked by Thurston, but around the near side, Favaro has it. The shot taken never got through, went behind the net. Thurston takes it and clears it around the boards.
Just a little slow on those releases, Jody. You can see they're coming around. They're getting shooting lanes, but they're just double tapping the puck and can't really get anything clean off on Stewart.
Mastrangeli sends it over to Dumas. Dumas takes a shot, stick save made by Stewart. Brierly takes the rebound, gets it ahead to Kozarev. Kozarev, 2-on-2. Kozarev with Gillespie with him. It goes off of Kozarev's stick and tapped ahead by Zach Tyson. Now Green in his own end. Birmingham shorthanded for another 20 seconds with control of the puck, and they'll send it all the way down the ice. Ishizuka still in the Macon zone. They can't get it out. Under 10 seconds of power play time left for the Mayhem. Ishizuka skates through center ice, brings it into the Bull zone for Dumas. He takes a shot. That one went wide. Far side, Tyson had it. Birmingham's Romeo's back on the ice, and they've killed the penalty and are back at even strength. Ishizuka in his own zone. As Birmingham changes, they try to catch Birmingham. They can't. Zach Tyson, though, sets it up. That's Abbott. Abbott gets away from Ledzianko. Save made by Stewart. Thurston with the puck for Birmingham. Dangerous pass right through the slot. Matthews has to go catch it up at the boards. He'll send it ahead for McTavish. McTavish, he's taken down behind the play. Loose puck. Backhanded out for Phil. Ledzianko. He takes a wide shot, goes well high. It bounces off the glass. In front, just bounced over Kip's stick. Now McTavish keeps it alive for Birmingham. That shot from Ledzianko goes wide, and Macon finally clears.
Bulls are relentless in the offensive zone right now, Jody. Every time Macon gets the puck, they've got a bull in their face.
Now Macon gingerly brings it back in the Bull zone and easily tipped right back out by Phil Ledzianko. Puck comes out to Stewart. He plays it himself down the ice. This is going to be an icing on Hayden Stewart.
Wow.
It almost was on goal.
Nothing. I'm okay with that play there, Jody. They're coming down.
Are you?
Yeah, everybody. There was some confusion there. There was only one Bulls defender back. They had two Macon offensive guys crisscrossing. Stewie gets the puck, and you're like, okay, what do I do with it?
Here's what you do if you're playing for Jody Chernesky. You cover the puck up and you have a face-off.
Wow.
You don't shoot the puck down the slot. But Stewart knows what he's doing. He saw there was no one there, and he lifted it.
He's got a goal, too, so maybe he just wants to get a shot on goal of his own here.
All right, off the draw, Witherspoon's shot deflected by Benson. He goes to the far boards and chipped out by Gillespie. Parker, Allison, and Benson going after it. It comes to Higgins. Back to Benson. He backhands one in front. What a save made by Skinner off the stick of Michael Gillespie. Better pass, but still no goal. Played behind the net. Stewart stops it. Backhands one over for Brierly. Gets it at the center ice. Higgins tips it into the Macon zone. He'll come off for a line change. We're down to 10.5 to go, third period. Birmingham 5, Macon 1. Jarrett Cup with the puck, crosses the center ice stripe. Lifts one into the near corner. Brierly's there first. Now it's loose, picked up by the Bulls' Rose. Gets it ahead for Kozarev. Kozarev has a man in front cutting. That's Glover. He couldn't get in the puck. Knocked away by Favaro. And Danny Winslow takes it away for Macon. Ahead for Dumas. Avoids a check from Romeo, but loses the puck. Matthews tips it back out. And here comes Birmingham. Ryan Romeo skating away ahead for Phil Ledzianko. Breaks her on. He'll send it near side for Gillespie. Gillespie cuts through the slot, drops it for Phil. Too many passes, not enough shots on that one. You got to shoot, Michael. Ibarra. That's Ibarra then brings it in. Splits two defensemen, cuts in front. Score. What a play by Mateo Ibarra. Split two defensemen, Greg, and walked in and lifted it over a sprawling Hayden Stewart, and it's 5-2 Birmingham.
Well, that was the equivalent, Jody, of Kozarev's goal the other way, and it was almost identical, just different. Came down, split the two Birmingham defenders, one hand on a stick, pulls it, goes forehand, forehand, and sprawling out Hayden Stewart just couldn't get a hold of it. But going back down here to what you said, if we take that shot on goal instead of having a transition zone turnover, that never happens.
Mateo Ibarra, goal scored.
An unassisted goal by Ibarra, his third of the season. With 9.5 to go, Birmingham's lead now at 5-2. Let's see what happens to Macon off the strength or off the energy of that goal. Goldowski tried to set it up for Abbott, didn't get to him until it's too late. Macon keeps it alive. Allison takes a hit there from McTavish. On the far boards, Goldowski drops it down low for Aromatario. Tyson cuts in front of that pass to Gillespie and keeps it alive. Tyson, a shot save made by Stewart. Nice play by Green to keep that from being a wraparound. Now Tyson, another shot deflected. Goes behind the net. In front, Cup tried to set it up for Abbott, and Stewart just gloves it and holds on. Greg, that goal seems to have given them some energy and some lift in their skating.
Well, this game is not over by any means, Jody, and there's still just under 9 minutes here to go in the third period. But the goals tonight have come in packs, and they've come very quickly. So 2 goals either way right now, obviously that would put it out of reach for Macon. But if Macon can come back here and follow up, a 5-3 game, that's a different hockey game going here with under 5 minutes left in the third period. So
we'll see what happens. 8:57 remain on the clock. Birmingham 46 shots to go. Let's talk about Dyson Skinner. His first action ever in the SPHL. He spent he's only had 3 pro games, and that was in the Fed League. Greg, he had a save percentage of .977, a 2-0 record, and a 1.00 goals against. Now, I know it's the Federal League, but tell us how hard that is at any level for a goaltender to obtain.
Oh, those are big numbers. I don't care where you played, Jody, whether it's the Fed or junior or college. Anytime you can have a .977 save percentage over 3 games, you're doing something right. So interesting to see here. You know, it's got to be tough coming into your first game. You got those jitters and stuff like that. He's not a very big kid, but he moves well. He sticks low to the ice. He had a really big save on Gillespie there all alone in the slot. And so far, so good for Skinner.
Off the draw, Bulls control. That's Brierly. Taps it off the boards. Can't get it to Benson. Ibarra intercepts, but it does escape the zone. Behind the Macon net, Skinner plays it along the far boards. That's Matthews with a shot in front. Green had a deflection at it. Skinner made the save and covered it up. Now Tyson gives Benson a shot to the face. Benson's already been involved in one melee tonight. They had a look at what number that was. I'm sure he's taking notes mentally.
I think Tyson's just saying to the referee right now, you know, he tagged me with about 3 or 4 earlier, so I just want to get one back in on him.
Benson's a big boy, 6'4", 220.
Oh, yeah.
A rookie, but still a big boy. McTavish on the draw for Birmingham. Dumas for Macon. In the Macon zone. Skinner just covers it up. That puck just trickled right in on him, and with McTavish bearing down, he covered it.
Smart play, and that's one thing I have picked up on Skinner, Jody, is it's different when you have a new goalie on your team. When the puck comes into him and it's a dump in, where the D go to pick up the puck is one thing that Skinner's just ripping it around the boards right now, and we'll see if that doesn't come in to haunt him.
Now that one may result in a delay, but I think they're going to rule it was a deflection. As Macon tipped it out, their linesman and the ref conferring.
Yeah.
They say it was deflected, and I think it was. I heard at least 2 sticks collide, but either way, a face-off in the Macon zone with 8.5 to go here in the third period.
But yeah, Skinner will be tested when one of the Bulls' top guys gets a little bit of ice on him and can really rip one in on him. Because right now everything's been kind of in tight. Done a good job down low. Excellent job scrambling for his rebounds. But let's see what happens when Rose comes down on the off wing on him.
Goldowski on the draw for Macon. McTavish for Birmingham. They'll try it again. Romatario moved prematurely. Puck drop, lay at their skates, controlled by Ginian. Banks one hard off the boards. Right inside the blue line, McTavish keeps it alive for Higgins, who sends it deep. He takes a hit from Ginian, still tied up along the boards over there. Higgins and Ginian tied up. Referee still letting them go. They're still tied up with the linesman intervening. Finally, they let free of each other, and Higgins picks the loose puck up for Birmingham. He'll tip it behind the net for McTavish. Cuts behind the net, looks for a place to go. He can't, it's tipped away from him, and Macon clears into center ice. Now Benson sends one off the glove of Skinner. Cup and Kozarev going after it. Still loose in that far corner. Cup will come up with it. Can't clear. Favaro has it ahead for Ishizuka. He's tied up by Kozarev, and Birmingham takes possession. Thurston sends one right in off the chest of Skinner to Favaro. Cuts behind his own net, and he'll try and play it far side off the boards and out. Rose has it. Taken away from him by Favaro. 2-on-1 comes Macon. Kozarev gets back defensively. There was a deflection in front. What a play by Favaro. He almost nailed the top corner. His icing's coming up on the Bulls. That's nifty hand work, stick work by Favaro.
It is great hand-eye coordination there. Definitely one that I think he'd like to have back, but I tell you what, just a little sauce pass came in, put about 3 feet off the ice. Favaro came in, made no mistake, pulled it out, and just clipped it over the top. And Stewart was tracking it, but nonetheless, over top of the net, and the Bulls got away with a good opportunity there against.
All right, face off to Hayden Stewart's left. Still waiting. Whistle dead, they'll do it again.
What do you think? You think he's going to ramp up here?
I don't like that, but that's probably the logical thing to do. Birmingham's controlled the play. There's no reason to change the flow. Favaro with a shot deflected in front. Another rebound laid there. Rose will take it and skate through center ice for Birmingham. That was a dangerous play, Greg.
Definitely. Hayden Stewart had to be there, and you saw him, even though they only got one shot on net technically, but he made 3 or 4 movements just in case.
Now Brierly with the puck in his own zone, banks one behind his own net for Romeo. Romeo's pass for Gillespie off the mark, and Susinski sends it back into the Bull zone. Brierly with a good play, gets away from Abbott. Gillespie tips it in. Phil Edzianko goes in after it without Parker Allison. Picked up by the Bulls, intercepted by Goldowski, and back comes Macon the other way. Nice play by Brierly, tips it away from Witherspoon. He'll get the puck though, Witherspoon. Plays it down low to Parker Allison behind the net around the boards. Gillespie catches up with it first, sends it back to Romeo. Banks went off the boards and out to center ice. 6 minutes to go, third period. Birmingham playing to protect a 5-2 lead. Romeo with the puck, turns his body, gives the puck up. Goldowski takes a shot, save made, rebound. Ibarras went wide. I just don't like defensive hockey.
No.
Play the game that got you here. Ginian takes a shot, goes behind the net. Romeo has it. And he loses a stick. He tries to kick it. He can't. In front, a whiff by Winslow, or he had a good shot at that. Birmingham can't get it out. Ibarra with a shot goes wide, goes far boards. Higgins will catch up with it first. Ishizuka takes him out of the play, and finally, no, it's still not out, but Benson finally chips it back into center ice.
Yeah, definitely with the Bulls here, we want to see more of that stretching the zone into the offensive zone and playing more offensive here.
Since we went back in that defensive shell, more offensive chances and scoring chances have developed for Macon, whereas before, none were. McTavish gets it ahead for Kozarev. Far side. Has Rose cruising, chipped away from Kozarev, and back comes Macon the other way. Abbott tips it in. Thurston takes him out. Behind the play, that's Green. Kozarev will get it in the far corner, ahead for Rose. It's one-on-one with Favaro. Slows down, drops it, thought about it to Rose. Glover with a shot, save made. I said it was Rose, it was Glover with the puck, and Rose was cruising behind him. Skinner holds on for our last media timeout of the third period. Bulls up 5-2.
Good save there by Skinner. Followed it all the way across, tracked in, tracked the lane switch, shot in, he was in position, no rebound. Pretty good showing so far.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm going to check it out tomorrow, which goaltender from Macon plays against Fayetteville.
Oh, Birkin, 100%.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's no doubt their number one. But if Skinner blanks it the rest of the way, no? Okay.
No. I mean, granted, Skinner's doing okay, but he has not seen the shot selection that Birkin.
No.
Birkin made some unbelievable saves in there.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
Now, depending on who they play next week, if they have 2 and 2 back-to-back, you might throw Skinner in there just to give the kid a look. But right now, if you're Macon and you're sitting in that 9th spot, Jody, you're not playing Birkin tomorrow just to give Skinner an opportunity. Doesn't matter what he does tonight, I don't think.
All right, face-off in the Mayhem zone. Phil Adzianko and Dumas.
Carnival-like atmosphere in the crowd tonight, Jody.
Yeah, that second period stirred everybody up, and me especially. Third period's almost kind of a letdown after that. Puck played back in the Bull zone. Matthews better hurry. He gets there before Ishizuka and sends it far side for Gillespie. Tips one off the boards for Kip Ledzianko. Right wing side, Ledzianko drops it for his brother Phil. Takes a shot, save made by Skinner, and a nice one. And he covers up the rebound.
That was Skinner's best save of the night there.
No doubt.
Pass across, switched across, came out. He got out and challenged, made a big glove save. Wasn't quite clean, but nonetheless, he does a great job down low, Jody. There's no 5-hole to shoot for. Handles the corners, does well. Good save.
All right, off the draw, Ginian plays it behind his own net. He'll bank one off the boards into center ice. Thurston turns it right back in. Dorsey's, I know he's been kicked out of the game, but I would give him the 3rd star, no doubt. He's had an assist and a couple of fights. The guy made I'm thinking a lot of this, but either way, Macon brings it right back into the zone. Goldowski had it taken away by Kip Ledzianko, and back comes Thurston. He'll tip it in to the Macon zone. 3:45 to go here in this third period. Puck in the Macon zone for Ginian. Ginian lifts a backhander where Romeo will get there first. He'll play it near side for Green. Drops it again for Romeo. Off the stick of Higgins. No icing as Higgins tipped it, and it'll be covered up by Skinner with Seth Benson bearing down right on him. Face-off will be in the Macon zone to Skinner's left. 3:25 to go here in the third period. We get our business taken care of, Greg?
Yep, we got it done.
50 shots on goal for the Birmingham Bulls, only 29 for Macon. Just almost a double-up situation. We had it through second, but we kind of calmed the offense down in the third, and Macon's had a good couple of scoring opportunities themselves.
Well, it's like you said, going into that defensive shell, trying to hold on to that lead.
They'll rule a hand pass on that, so we'll have a face-off at center ice with 3:17 to go here in the third period of play.
But yeah, Jody, I'm there with you where, you know what, sometimes your best defense is strong offense.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that was your game coming across, the Bulls did an excellent job in the second, getting the puck deep, sending forechecker after forechecker. They did it for the most part here, even into the third period for the first 10 minutes. As they kind of backed off, they started playing that trap. And
I understand that decision. It's a good decision. That's why they're there and I'm up here.
Yep.
But I just loved what I saw in that second period.
Right.
And you're right, sometimes best offense is when you keep the puck in the offensive zone of your team that you're playing against. Puck in the Bull zone, controlled by Macon. Now it comes along the near boards. Winslow spins, turns, pad save made by Stewart. Birmingham will try and chop it out, but can't. It's played into the far corner. Abbott had it bounce off his stick, and McTavish takes it for Birmingham. They'll come off for a line change as that puck gets in deep. Ishizuka takes it for Macon. Off the boards, tipped back in. Brierly will catch up with it for Birmingham. Tyson on him, so he'll leave it for Matthews. For Kozarev, look out, almost a collision. Rose picks the loose puck up. Rose gets away from one. Backhander save made. That one may have went wide. He got away from Allison. Goldowski has it. He'll chip it in behind the net. Kind of picking on Parker Allison a little bit, Greg.
They are. You mentioned Skinner, but that was a heck of a save on Rose.
Now Kozarev has it. He gains the center ice stripe and just dumps it in. We're down to 2 minutes to go in this game. Birmingham just content to dump it and come off of the ice for a line change every shift. Susinski has it. Cross ice pass for Cup. Thurston intercepts. Gave it up. Winslow can't get away from Romeo. Behind the net, Dumas has it. In the near corner, he's tied up by Rose. Kip Ledzianko ahead for his brother Phil. Favaro back. Phil, his save is made. Or that one actually went wide. Kip goes flying. Dumas with the puck now brings it into the Birmingham zone. Intercepted by Kip Ledzianko off the boards. Played by Cup. Minute 20 to go here in this game. Favaro has it. Favaro sends it in deep. He'll catch up with it first. Romeo takes it away, though. Sends it around the near boards. There's a shot wide of Stewart. Green has it for Birmingham, ahead for Gillespie. Gillespie just chips it in deep. Ginian hit him. Gillespie laughing at him. Ishizuka takes it for Macon. We're under a minute to go. 50 seconds remain. Ishizuka, far side. Ginian brings it in. Matthews pops him. Kozarev takes the loose puck because of the hit, and now Matthews will clear the puck out of the zone. Kozarev tips it past Ginian. Mastrangeli back. Kozarev sends one wide. I'm sure Macon don't appreciate that. Now Ginian gives Rose a shove from behind. We're down to 25 seconds of time. Kozarev goes down from Mastrangeli. We don't need any funny stuff with 20 seconds to go, folks. Just play and finish the game. Mastrangeli. Soft clear. Green pops it right back in. We're down to 10 seconds. Ginian picks the loose puck up, and that's going to do it. They tried to hook a long pass up. Rose intercepts, sends it right back in. We're down to 4 seconds, 3. That'll do it. Birmingham with a very impressive offensive performance through 2.5 periods creates enough separation between the Bulls and Macon and win this one going away, even though it was a great hockey game, 5-2 over the Macon Mayhem.
Well, you can call it offensive performance, Jody. Offense, defense, goaltending. The Bulls had it all tonight. And whatever was lacking over the last 3 or 4 games, they figured it out. Carson Rose coming back was a big part of that. But to a Bull, to a man, I have not seen the Bulls put together an effort like they did tonight. From the first drop of the puck down to the end at the last. So great job by the Bulls. That's what we like to see. And a very important game coming into this one when you're sitting in 5th place and there's such a tight division here between 1st and 8th.
Well, we're 3 points out of 1st place, yet we're 1 spot out of home ice advantage for the playoffs.
That's right.
Parity has arrived in the Southern Professional Hockey League. And look, you were here longer than I have been since the Bulls have been in Pelham. I've only been here 3 years. You and I have been doing this together for 3 years. This was by far the best Bulls hockey game I've seen since I've been here.
Oh, yeah.
And you were doing and helping out with Jamie Hicks when he was head coach. I'm sure you saw some good hockey games then as well. But I was so impressed with the Bulls during the first 40 minutes. That's all I've been waiting on for 3 years is a game like we saw tonight.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where, you know, the Bulls had everything. They were coming together, but it takes a little bit at the start of the year for everybody to get, call it their green shoes, right? The rookies coming in and feeling their way. Okay, Ledziankos, they got the monkeys off their back. Rose is back in the lineup. You got Thurston and Dorsey. He's stepping up and jumping into the mix now. You got your usual suspects, Brierly and Romeo back there.
At home against the Pensacola Ice Flyers. I hope they can keep this play up. The games against Huntsville will be magnificent, just like this one was. Huntsville's a great hockey team, too.
You going to Huntsville, Jody?
No, I am actually going to the beach with my daughter. My daughter and her husband and my grandkids have invited me to spend Thanksgiving with them at the beach. So now that we don't have home games next week, I'm taking a week off and going down there and laying what I hope is a few sunshine rays. I hate cold weather.
Well, that's right. I mean, it is the week before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And, you know, interestingly enough, there won't be another game before next Thursday.
Well, this one has been a lot of fun. And, again, I don't know how many of you are still with us on the air, whether it be TV or YouTube. But if you missed the second period of play in this hockey game, please, please, please do yourself a favor and find a way to watch it. I watched the whole game, but that second period was absolutely incredible from both teams, one end of the ice to the other.
Oh, I know. I'll be going home tonight, and that'll definitely be what I'll be doing for the first 20 minutes when I'm at home, Jody.
Well, it was fun, Greg. It's so much better when you're doing this. You got to get your University of Alabama schedule. I can't take it anymore. When I'm doing this by myself, it's never like this, ever. It's so much harder. You make my job easier, even though I'm not good at it as it is. But either way.
Jody, it's just that energy that we just bring together, and it just starts right here in the booth and just spreads down there to the ice.
So third star of the game, Corson Green, huh? Let's keep it here and let's figure out. I don't know. I still say Romeo, and I would have given something to Dorsey. I'm sorry. The crowd was going nuts with him. Yeah, here comes Ryan Romeo. He gets the second star of the game. He had a great game, a couple of assists. Played a good game defensively. He had one little mishap on that last goal where I think it was Ibarra. Yes, Ibarra split the two defensemen. He was one of them. But either way, great game by Ryan Romeo. He was everywhere he needed to be tonight. And here's the first star. I hope it's Dorsey. I really do. Nope, Brierly. Is it?
Nope, Carson Rose.
Carson Rose.
Obviously, I mean.
I would have given one to Dorsey. I'm sorry.
Jody, I think that they heard you down there, and I think that Dorsey's name was in the mix, but being that he got
he's kicked out.
Well, if he got undressed, we don't even know where he's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe they just couldn't find him, but, you know, Green's in there, Kozarev. I mean, you said
you can't argue with any of it.
You could go down the list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody that was in a Bulls uniform tonight was up for a star.
What a hockey game. This was fun. Like I said, I would have done this one for free had I known it was going to be this fun. I'm not going to get that much to begin with, but it was still a lot of fun to do this. So until next time, Jody Chernesky for Greg Dravany. Final score from the Pelham Civic Complex, Birmingham 5, Macon 2.